What is up, everybody? Everybody on this beautiful Sunday, on this St. Patty's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day to everyone.
Something about scaring off snakes in the land, and I don't know.
Exactly, all that good stuff.
The end of the rainbow.
But yeah, we're here, guys, and we're happy to be here.
Hi, zebra cakes.
There was no zebra cake. Shout out. What is up?
Hi, zebra cakes.
It's like I could feel her here with us.
I'm back.
Crazy. I feel the presence.
I can totally feel the presence.
Yeah, very, very
feel
cool.
the energy through the screen.
But yeah, guys, so we're going to continue on. We're going to finally finish off episode 18 of season 3. And this is, again, a big episode. This episode has been just looming, and it's been an episode that's been so crazy because it's an emotional episode. And we're going to, of course, continue the emotions. We understand that I teared up the last time we did the episode, which was 2 weeks ago, because of my guy Moblet. And we're going to start off this episode with Moblet, of course, when we get into the episode breakdown and discussion. But yeah, this is episode 18 of season 3, Midnight Sun. This will be part 3 of our episode breakdown discussion. Of course, you guys know, spoiler warning to all of our friends out there who are not caught up with the anime. We are in season 3, and I believe there's 21 episodes of season 3. So
Dang, we're on 18?
We're on 18, which means...
Oh my god, season 4
only
before we know it.
Only like...
Shit.
Only 3 months
only
till
3
we're
more
in
months
season
we're in
4.
season 4.
God damn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with the way that we split up these episodes.
Month
it's
an
gonna be
episode,
like 4
baby.
months.
There's just so much to talk about. We can't. We would do the anime, a disservice if
the writer
we decided just to go ahead and just kind of speed run through this. Like, no,
because there's so much to talk about.
What is up, Heise? Best season incoming. I know that's your favorite season because the Jaegerists are alive and well over in season 4.
Yeah,
you understand?
whatever.
Aaron's doing his thing. We will get there, but we still have to go ahead and talk about your guy Flock in this episode.
Unfortunately.
Flock is
Unfortunately.
obviously voiced by the amazing Zach.
Yeah.
And I do want to start off with that. I want to say hello again to everybody. I'm your host, AJ, and I'm happy to be here. And joining me, of course, are my 2 co-hosts and my 2 friends, my sister and one of my best friends, and that would be Lexi and Zach. And starting off with
Hello.
Zach this time. Zach, how are you doing?
Exhausted.
Exhausted?
I've been drinking since midnight.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, St. Patrick's
The
Day.
same-
Started St.
Yeah.
Patty's Day strong, baby. I was
There
out
you
last
go.
night.
Right on.
I was like, I'm not gonna drink tonight, but if it hits
All right, that's
midnight,
the
then I
prize.
have to.
That's
Yeah.
such a Zach thing. I love it.
I know.
Zach's all about the good times. Zach loves being that social, just that butterfly.
He's a social butterfly for
that's
sure.
out and about, and people just always love.
I'm just
the most extroverted person
I'm just
I've
a
ever
silly
met.
little goose who's out here migrating for the holidays.
I was gonna say his spirit animal, but I couldn't remember. But he's a eagle.
Frog.
An eagle.
He's a
yeah,
frog. He's a social frog.
It changes
Yeah.
week by week.
Yeah,
Ribbit.
it changes.
Ribbit.
But nice. Tired, but
Sometimes I'm a
enjoying
whale.
St. Patty's Day.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm glad that
100%.
you're here with us, my friend.
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah. It's
Nice
very cool.
green.
What's that?
It's a nice green.
Yeah, it's a solid green, Yeah. Primitive. Very cool. So now I want to turn my attention to Lexi. As you mentioned, there will be coughing throughout the episode.
Yeah, I currently have holes in my mouth right now.
So how are you doing, Lex?
Much better than I was last week. I'm getting over a sickness. I'm gonna blame it on my boyfriend. I'm gonna blame it on the Asian freak
Okay.
because he was sick, and then I got sick. But also all of my friends, like everyone who I hang out with, was sick.
Okay.
Still is, but it was pretty horrible. It was when we were coming back, or I woke up with a sore throat literally the day of like an away game for the university that I manage, the men's volleyball team, and like I was like, okay, yeah, it's fine. I'll just have a sore throat. I didn't even like scream at the game because I was like, hey, let me save my health. And then we went to dinner, and I only had like one little like spoonful of spaghetti and was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm not really hungry. And then I was fighting demons on the drive back. I was like, oh my gosh, I think I need to throw up.
Why is it always spaghetti with you?
It's always pasta.
Why is it always
Like with me and my friends and everything, like
What a shame.
whenever they puke, it's always pasta. Always it's pasta.
with your friends?
Yeah,
Or with-
me and my friends, everyone.
Really?
It's always pasta.
Yeah, man.
Whenever anyone's like, oh, I got so drunk and I puked. What was it? It was pasta.
They need to toughen up the stomach.
It's always pasta.
You guys kind
I
of
feel like-
I mean, it's not ever just the pasta. It's usually something
It's
else.
a culmination of just
Of being like
Well,
either really
imagine
drunk or
what was
sick
consumed
or
alcohol-wise.
yeah,
you know?
or like they overate or something.
Yeah.
So on the drive back, I was fighting demons, and I was like, okay, well, I haven't like I used to have like a really bad vomit phobia.
Yeah. Used to? Not anymore?
I wouldn't say
You've
so
gotten
much
over
anymore.
it? Oh,
I would say I've been doing a
friends have
good job
puked
getting
enough
over it.
around you to
Yeah,
where it's
I've had
It's
to take
lost
care of
it's
enough
lost its
friends.
sting now. You're like,
Yeah,
You're
nothing
like,
sobers you up like taking care of someone else.
you're like another day, another night. It's fun.
Yeah,
Very cool.
I mean, I still obviously don't like the smell. Like, no one ever likes puke.
Sponsored.
But so I was fighting demons. I was like, hey, I'm really good at not puking because I had a horrible vomit phobia for a while. So I'm like, okay, I know I'm not gonna puke. And then like I was like eating ginger because I always keep like ginger on me because I used to get really nauseous really often. And I was like, dang, this really sucks. Let me just try to sleep on the drive home then. Because I haven't thrown up. This is really bad TMI, guys. But I haven't thrown up in like 2-3 years.
Yeah.
Which I feel like is a long time to not throw up.
Yeah.
But especially
Depending on how often you get
especially
sick.
with the
Yeah.
friend group I have.
Okay.
But literally we were driving back. It's like an hour away because we were in San Diego. We come back. The moment we park at the Arco to fill up gas, because we have to fill up all the school vans with gas.
The demons got the better
I
of
woke
you.
up and I was like, okay, I need to puke. So I got out of the car, beeline to the bathroom. It's locked. I needed to like go in and ask for the code, but I was like, it's coming out. I was like, it's coming out. I'm not gonna be able to go in and ask for it. Like, it's literally coming out right now. So I
Yeah.
just beeline to the nearest bush. And there is nothing more humbling than squatting in a bush, puking at a gas station, surrounded by the entire men's volleyball team.
Very good.
Like, I'm like puking and then and I'm like, oh my God, I'm actually throwing up. This is the first time in forever. Like, it really helped me get over my fear. But also I was like, oh, I'm throwing up. And I like turned around and I just saw some guys like come up to me with like water and like napkins. Are like, are you okay? And I was like, just go get my friends. Can you go tell Zach and Pretty that I'm puking?
Yeah.
I want them to take care of me.
Yeah.
But I was very clean about it. Covered it up with a napkin and was like, okay, let's just go home.
Sounds like you spent more time there than needed. Normally, I'm like drive by, just boom. All right, I'm out of here. Got to go ahead and avoid it. But I guess it's a different situation because you had the men's volleyball team noticing you.
And thankfully, they were pretty sweet to me. They're kind of like, they kind of act like big brothers to me. They were like, are you good? I mean, at the moment, they were like, like trying to make fun of me.
Shit!
Yeah.
Look at that loser!
They're in that bush.
Pointing left! Pointing left! Pointing
I was just like, look, recording it.
No.
World star!
No, everyone was pretty sweet about it. And like people asked me the next day, they're like, are you okay? And it was right before we were supposed to go on a trip too. So I was like, I don't think I can go. Because that whole night I couldn't keep anything down. Like I was trying to go to sleep. And like every other hour I had to wake up and puke up whatever water I drank, whatever. Because every time I threw up, I was like, hey, I need to stay hydrated. Let me drink water.
Yeah.
And then I would go to sleep. Hour later would wake up. So then there came a point where I just stopped drinking water. I was like, I'm just going to sleep.
Interesting. So,
But now it's just a
Fascinating
cold.
tactic.
the team.
It's way
the
better
men,
now.
Different perception of you now as this puke girl.
No, I would say that
Pretty good.
they were
Good.
very protective.
So they're mature.
They've got.
All right.
I wouldn't
they know
say
that.
that,
She's got that
but-
pass now. She got her pass. They're like, you know what? You can vomit.
Yeah.
We respect that.
I don't
Yeah.
need you to be over in the contact book known as like Onion Girl or something like that. You know, except for
Girl.
puke girl.
Yeah.
You know, why?
No. They were very sweet. They were like, are you okay? I mean, in the moment, obviously, they're like poking fun, but afterwards, they were like,
Yeah.
are you okay? Texting me, like, is she good? Because I couldn't go on the trip because I was like,
Yeah.
it's not responsible of me to because I don't want to get you guys sick.
Yeah,
and
but also what
da-da-da.
happens if you have to do a quick little detour because you need to puke again? Or
Yeah,
something,
because I'm not going to get on a flight if I'm nauseous.
Oh,
You
that
can't
sounds
pull
like a
over your
nightmare.
plane at the gas station to puke in the bush.
Yeah.
Can't do it. Nope.
But I would say my fear is, it's like
You're getting over it.
only there like probably like 15%.
15%?
20%. Yeah.
Wow.
I've gotten over it pretty well.
Wow.
progress, baby.
Yeah. There we go.
Because now that I've actually
All
puked,
it took was just a little public puking.
I know. All it took was
was just an upset tummy, bro.
yeah, and at an Arco. I don't even know why I threw up.
Well, because I remember not too long ago, a couple years ago, being over at our first music festival over in LA.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we got to the final, whoever's headlining, which was 9 Inch Nails,
Yeah.
obviously crowded as hell, right?
It was, yeah.
We
'Cause
wanted
were
to
at
see Surf Curse, who was there right before 9 Inch Nails went on. And so we're like, okay, we'll go ahead and we'll finish Surf Curse and then we'll head over. But by the time Surf Curse was done, we're heading over. We had to go ahead and we're like in the way back of this field, the crowd. But anyways, as 9 Inch Nails doing their thing, they sounded great, by the way.
Yeah, they did
and
sound
they
great.
were like the fact that we were so far away but still able to hear things so clearly. I mean,
Yeah.
credit just
And they
to
had a
the
really
sound
cool
and
like
everything.
light show, like all the technology stuff was really cool.
But then, in the midst of the crowd started separating. Mm-hmm. Next thing you know,
Like Moses with the Red Sea.
we see
Yeah.
a buddy leading his poor heavyset friend who is struggling.
He was a
right?
big guy too. He was
guy,
like
big guy?
6'4",
Big guy.
6'5".
And then all of a sudden,
He was big.
literally, the friend passes us. Big guy gets right next to us, collapses,
Yeah, he just
falls to the ground. And all of a sudden, everybody's like, whoa, whoa. Looking around, what should we do? Lexi, obviously, right? Schooling with trying to go ahead and take care of people, right?
Yeah.
So to speak. I don't know if you want to elaborate a little bit more very quickly.
Yeah,
but
I'm a kinesiology major studying to become an athletic trainer.
Yeah,
And
so-
I've taken a lot of first aid classes and a lot of
there we
emergency
go.
classes.
Beautiful.
I have a bachelor's now in it. Couldn't tell you how, but I have a bachelor's now.
So Lexi's first instinct is to go help this guy.
Yeah, I'm
The
like,
guy
yeah, I've been training for this. I know how to
rolls
do this.
over, right? Now he's kind of at a upwards kind of leaning position. And next thing you know, you just hear like he's like
starts dry heaving.
dry heaving. And then Lexi goes from like helping to like, oh no, no,
Yeah,
no.
I immediately
She
go,
literally
no,
turns
no,
around,
no, no,
covers her ears. No.
I immediately beeline the other way. I was like, I'm so sorry. I could help right now, but I can't
So,
be around you if you're puking.
Figure it out yourself.
For
Yeah.
you to go for me to see you go
Crazy.
from that to 15% of that
Yeah,
fear
I
level.
puked in the bush at an Arco.
Let's give a round of applause for Lex.
This is a big day.
I would like to join you.
This is a big day for me.
Great, and that was our first segment of Puke Talk. Very cool.
Yeah,
Very
way to
cool.
open it up.
Are
Didn't
we
mean to open
doing,
it
are
up
we
with
doing
such
more
a gross-
segments?
I just wanted to talk about why
I
my
have plenty.
No, we don't
why
talk about
my
puke anymore.
voice is going to be a little
Yeah.
Probably because I've been burning from stomach bile.
Yeah.
But I only pooped for that one night. Other than that, I've just been really congested.
So it's good. So you're
I feel-
feeling
I feel
better.
a lot better.
That's good. Happy to hear.
it always ends in an
Yay.
annoying cough. Always.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the
And
stage
the
I'm
cough
at.
always lingers. That's how it is and stuff, you know.
Yeah, no. I
So
think
that's
I
where I'm
got-
at.
I think I got a cold because you guys know I got a cold like a month and a half ago, and it's still like. Well, I also was out last night, but
you also were out
also
doing
out
your
last night,
thing,
but-
so-
I got a little
But it
tickle.
is also like cold season. So.
Yeah, and my allergies suck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That too.
Pollen, I fucking hate pollen.
Yeah.
But other than that, I've had a great week.
Great. Right
Actually,
on.
no, I didn't. Overwatch actually sucked.
Okay.
Damn.
Oh, they just
R.I.P. for you.
I was gonna tell you, they just did a collab with Cowboy Bebop.
It looks like shit. I know.
They have a Cowboy
I
Bebop
saw
collab
it.
now. I think that's Spike's. I think that
Spike's is-
Cassidy's looks bad. It just looks like Cassidy.
Jets
it
is
just looks like
interesting.
McCree with a.
Is Jet's Roadhog? Is that the character they gave him?
No, he's
There's no way he's Reinhardt.
Malga.
Who the fuck is Malaga?
He's the newest tank.
He's
He's like this big Samoan guy.
Yeah, I know.
So, yeah, he's
exactly,
Malga.
Oh,
exactly
Maui.
what you guys are talking
the guy
about.
that just looks like Maui.
Basically. Kinda, yeah. Yeah, he's
Dwayne The Rock
Malga.
Johnson. Yeah, no.
Great stuff.
But I do think that Ash looks really good as Faye Valentine.
That's my favorite one. Probably.
think
So
she
it's
looks
just
like
skins? That's all it is? Just
yeah,
skins?
It's just cosmetics.
Yeah.
Oh.
Pretty much, it's all like skins, and then they also did like a little like animated little like promo video. I think that looks
They don't have
really
Ed?
cool.
It looks
they
like
do
the
have
intro.
Ed.
Yeah.
Ed.
Doesn't look good.
Sombra is Ed, and I like it. They even have like emotes, like the Ed walk.
Oh, do they? Okay.
Yeah.
The emotes would be cool. I'd probably get the emotes.
They have the emotes and stuff too.
No, I've been a hell diver recently. I've been spreading democracy.
Yeah, I have an Xbox. I can't do that. My friend is getting me on Apex.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Oh,
I'm really nervous.
you're gonna get hooked on that shit.
I'm really nervous.
I'm scared for you to ever get into Rainbow. I don't think you'd ever really want to dive into that.
Depends. Because the reason why I'm getting into Apex is because Overwatch, I've been getting shit on lately. I literally like threw my headset
It's
at my
tough
monitor
there.
the other day. I was so mad. I just
You're
like
becoming
rage
that kind
quit.
of gamer now?
I was playing competitive.
gotten to that
I went
point.
down 2 whole ranks. We just couldn't get a
no,
win.
that hurts. 2 whole
Yeah,
ranks
I was in gold.
in one game.
No, in
Or just in a
I
session.
went like
Oh my.
I went 0 and 8. I lost 8
Yikes.
games in a row.
What role were you playing?
I was switching from I was basically playing healer pretty much the whole time, which is my strongest suit.
Who's are you a Moira main? I feel you're I
Moira
can
is my
see it.
best.
I can see it. I'm a Lucio
And then I was
guy
switching to
through and
Lucio.
So can
and
you
then
relate to Josh?
I quit Overwatch after hitting Grandmaster. I couldn't do it anymore. You did not. You hit Grandmaster?
Damn.
There's no way you were in Grandmaster.
That sounds
as
awesome.
who? Who's your main? Who are you playing as? So the way that the rank goes is it goes bronze, and then each rank has
Bronze,
its own,
silver,
has
gold.
its own 4 tiers. So it's like bronze 4, bronze 3, bronze 2, bronze.
Yeah,
3.
it's the exact same
So-
thing as Rainbow for the most part.
Genji.
You, of course, you're a Genji.
Ooh.
Why was I gonna guess that?
And then Jacob Rain.
I'm a Reaper guy.
Reaper's pretty good too.
I love
Reaper.
I used
I've been
to,
getting into him a lot.
pop off with his old. I think the last season I played competitive was like season 5 or 6. It's been like OG 5 or 6. It's been a long fucking time for me.
Yeah, like Overwatch 1.
Yeah, I never
It's
played.
tough,
I've never
though,
touched
because-
Overwatch 2. I
Because
refuse
the
to.
devs are actively
game.
like buffing and
Not
nerfing.
like that.
You're competitive. I know. You'd get sucked in.
Competitive.
Played a lot of tournaments and made money.
Oh,
Damn,
hell yeah,
Josh.
Josh.
That's what's
right
good.
on.
No, you better have if you're Grandmaster as Genji
Fuck
too.
yeah.
That's crazy. Dang. So it
awesome.
goes obviously like bronze, silver, gold, platinum,
Diamond or no?
diamond, and then
Diamond Grandmaster.
top 500. No, yeah, diamond,
Grandmaster,
Grandmaster,
top
then
500.
top 500.
I got to low.
Highest I've ever gotten is I think like gold 3.
I think I was like Diamond 2. That was my peak.
Dang. Yeah, I was in gold, and then
Rip.
I had that one session, that one day, and now I'm in silver 2.
I was Diamond 2 with Hanzo. That's my most played character.
Dang.
I'm a sniper, baby. Simple geometry.
Yeah, I would say Moira is I'm most confident in Moira. I'm pretty decent at other ones. I just feel most like comfortable and confident with Moira.
Do you know what the floor is lava challenge is for Lucio?
Do you just like
That's
wall?
you know how they have the 8-bit sprays for the characters?
Yeah.
And you have to do like a certain achievement to get it. His is you have to, I think it's knock off 3 people while wall riding in 1 life.
Oh, really?
Oh, dude, that shit was a
Oh.
pain in my ass, but I got it.
I do love his little boops.
His little boobs.
His boops are great. Like whenever we're on those maps with like the hole or like we're on the edge of something, I'm like, oh, I'm
What's
being Lucio.
I can't remember any of the names for the maps.
Me neither.
There was the one where it's all like white. It looks like it's like Italy. Like they're on like cliff sides.
Oh, yeah,
Everyone
yeah.
house.
I know what you're talking about.
Just bop them off right there.
Yeah. Especially if it's like a point capture. Anyway, this is some very nerdy talk. Very.
I know this is very
nerdy talk.
Overwatchy of us.
Let's continue on to something else. How have
That
you been,
wraps
AJ?
Our second
I know.
segment of
How's
video
your week
game
been?
talk.
How's your week been, buddy?
Answer the question.
Now,
Weekend was good.
How
Yeah,
you been?
weekend was great.
no response.
My work trip to Texas was great. We kicked
Hey.
ass.
Good.
I traveled and I saw Nate.
I was about to say, did you really?
No.
Like you didn't
I'll go
fucking
with
tell me.
Nate.
No.
Like we would have posted
Shout out to
that.
Nate. No, I didn't. I was
Like, I feel like
busy.
Nate would have called me and been like, "Look,
I was busy.
who I'm with."
Oh yeah, there is a
working
champion rank now.
working 12 hours each day. Got the job done. Was there for 5 days and then head on home. Yeah. So everything was good.
Good.
It's great. Got back and yeah, things are going really good. And
Oh,
I'm
did
happy.
you hang out with Josh in Texas?
I did not. No. No.
Wow, I
did not.
forgot about Josh.
But yeah,
Sorry, he was
so
working.
Josh, if this kind of gives you any kind of idea as far as, because I don't know where you're at over in Texas, because Texas obviously is a big state.
Yes.
But I was over in the small town of Sealy, Texas. That's where I was.
Sealy.
Sealy.
They
Next
got
to Katy.
seals. They got seals.
No.
Those are some cute names.
Sealy. And
Sealy
then
and
there's
Katy?
Katy.
Katie.
Yeah.
I want
Much better
Katie's.
than
Yeah. So
you know,
there.
those people that name their
And
kids like Desire.
I know this guy is not watching, but there was this Mexican
Love.
restaurant next to our hotel. The Mexican restaurant is named Ernesto, and we went there 2 nights while we were there, me and my boss. And there was this, so I want to say shout out to the waiter who was there because he's really cool, young guy who saw my tattoos, and he was like, "Oh, hey, is that the character from Demon Slayer? I mean, from Demon Slayer, from Death Note?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's Ryuk." And he goes,
Yeah.
"Dude, awesome." He started looking at my other tattoos and conversation spurred from there. And then the next day that we were over there, it was a Saturday and there were some UFC fights. And he's like, "Dude, I can't wait to get off work so I can go watch these fights." And then we started talking about the UFC
and you're like,
fights.
oh my
So-
god, I watched those too.
So shout out to that guy.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm stalking
You guys are
Josh right
besties
now.
in like another alternate reality or whatever, another
The
universe.
Sugarland near Katy though.
Where's Katie?
Really cool.
Sugarland.
I see it. I see them. I see
All
the
of these-
Sealy, the
all of-
Katie, and the Sugarland.
All of these cities
Beautiful.
sound fake.
They're real.
Yeah.
They're
I
right
live in
here.
Sugarland.
And we
Mission
went
Bend.
to In-N-Out.
Oh, that's
And
so
it was good.
I got in and out last
And that
night.
was good. Also, first time at Whataburger. And
Oh, yeah, how was it?
On a,
Yeah.
What's your 1 to 10?
honestly, okay, so I know people are gonna come for me, and Josh
No, you-
might
you
come
can
for
be
me
as
too,
honest as you want.
But I'm gonna be honest with you, okay? So for me, what do they compare Whataburger to?
I say In-N-Out.
They compare to, yeah, I would say in and out.
So that's what I
Or
was
like
comparing
Five
it to.
Guys.
Whataburger is East Coast In-N-Out.
And
It's nowhere near as good.
Not anywhere close. I'm sorry.
yeah.
And again, this is going to be a bad take for people who really like Whataburger, but
No one can tell you that your opinion is wrong.
It reminded me of a Burger King burger.
Ooh.
Whopper.
So, I'm sorry.
I just fell to my knees.
Sorry, Josh. Sorry.
That's good.
I'm sorry, Josh.
Josh, no.
I'm sorry.
Hey, but you can't tell AJ that his own opinion is wrong. That's his opinion.
You
But
have
I
to eat
ate that
In-N-Out.
shit up, though.
No,
I ate that shit
Josh,
up.
you gotta come get some good In-N-Out with some chopped chilies, double.
Come get a 3x3.
At least a double.
At least, so you can't get a single
go.
patty. You gotta get at least a 2x2.
You gotta go 3x3.
Yeah.
If you're feeling fucking hungry, go with that
get a
4x4.
Oh,
But
animal style.
I got a 3x3 last night.
Chilies,
Whataburger
grilled onions.
portions, that shit is heavy though.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they're big on portions.
It's heavy.
Them motherfuckers are huge.
And
Like good for the price too.
yeah, I would say solid for the price. They also were advertising a limited
if you're,
time
if you're
Dr.
weight
Pepper
to price
shake.
ratio.
Oh, Dr.
I didn't
Pepper.
try it. Yeah, I didn't
There's a
try it.
shake.
Josh said I lived in San Bernardino, California for 10 years. I love In-N-Out too.
Yeah, In-N-Out's really good.
Yeah, In-N-Out.
That's the best price to quality ratio that you will
In-N-Out's
find in a
my
fast food
favorite.
burger place.
true.
It's
I have an In-N-Out problem. In-N-Out
not a problem. No. In-N-Out is the solution.
Okay.
But yeah, so everything's going well. Things are good. Life is good. We're all happy. And
Dr.
it's St.
Pepper's
Patty's
here.
Day. Dr. Pepper's here.
What's in your Dr. Pepper?
That's huge.
What is in it?
1 liter. It's a liter.
Yeah, it's a full-on
That's
liter.
crazy.
Love it. Sponsored. I wish.
We wish. Can you imagine if we were sponsored by...
Sponsored
I'm
by
chained to Dr. Pepper. You don't understand.
Okay, actually, Wendy's isn't bad. And you know
Wendy's
what?
is fire. That bacon, what's the Baconator?
Baconator.
Oh my God, the pretzel bun Baconator.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Wendy's is underrated.
Wendy's been good. Wendy has been pretty loyal
Wendy's is
because the
underrated.
price hasn't really changed a whole lot.
Yeah.
As someone who is broke
Shout out
and
those square
always
patties.
searching for some cheap,
Shout out to Wendy's
Fast
for
food?
fighting inflation.
Wendy's been loyal.
Yeah.
She's stayed to
Reliable.
her.
Quality is the same pretty much every single time you go.
Yeah.
That's how I kind of judge it based off of like, is it going to be the same experience every time? Because if I go somewhere and I'm like, damn, this shit's good, and all of a sudden I try it again, I'm like, what the fuck happened? You know, where you're like,
Yeah, I'm
I
like
don't
this.
know.
Like either the price went up and the portion's smaller, or
Like Jack in the Box. Jack in the Box is a place where you go ahead and you're kind of like,
You get your shitty $2
Like, what happened?
you only go to Jack in the Box because they're 24 hours. That's only because
I go just for the tacos
Jack
and for
in
the
the Box
breakfast.
is the
Oh, yeah, their
it's
tacos.
the munchies
Breakfast item.
spot of America without a doubt.
I feel like I've never been to Jack
But,
in the Box
Josh-
any earlier than 2 a.m.
Chick-fil-A, that shit's
Agreed.
good too. Chick-fil-A is another high quality place.
Yeah,
no,
I had
fuck
Chick-
them.
I
They're
had
not open
Chick-fil-A
on
the other day.
Sundays.
That's
They're
true.
good.
They're not. But
I want my
That's what
Chick-fil-A
makes
on
them. That's what
Sundays.
makes you like want to more though.
yeah.
It's
But like
Everybody wants what they
McDonald's
can't
with like
have.
their $4 cheeseburgers now. Like
McDonald's?
$4 for like a single cheeseburger? Are you kidding
I'm
me?
just gonna say I always get the number set. It was $9.02 for 2 burgers, large fry, and a large drink.
Yeah.
Or a medium drink.
But also, we
That's
don't
easy.
like McDonald's right now. We don't like Starbucks right now. We don't like.
We don't like McDonald's, right?
Yeah, we don't like McDonald's right now.
We don't like
Literally.
McDonald's.
Literally
I have no.
get
This is like
Starbucks like every day.
Oh, you guys been downing on that shit.
God.
Never mind. I've been.
Well, I don't
keeping
like
my
McDonald's right
distance.
now. I don't like Starbucks right now. For what they're
I like
funding.
Taco Bell. I love. Oh, I had Taco Bell last night. I had a grilled cheese burrito.
Taco Bell, yeah.
I think we're hungry. I think that's what this is turning into.
I honestly ate before I came inside.
I
we don't
feel
have
you,
to get
Lex.
into it.
Thank you.
We don't have
But
to get
you know
into it,
why?
right?
Yeah, we don't have to get into that. Just
For a different podcast.
Yeah, just fuck Starbucks for now. Just keep that
Yeah,
in mind. I
for
don't drink
the-
coffee, so I can say that. So
yeah. I don't drink coffee either.
Which is so strange because I feel
Just
like
for
you
what they're
would be like a
funding.
coffee guy.
I was.
Oh, you were?
I was an energy drink dude.
yeah, he was a caffeine.
Well, I was a 700 milligrams a day kind of guy.
Damn.
Yeah,
I was
he
a 2 bangs and a
a
coffee.
very caffeinated guy.
No sleep,
Yeah.
baby.
It's your own time, Jacob,
was like-
for
I was
sure.
like a
But don't leave
Energizer
us,
bunny.
Jacob. Don't leave us.
I know, don't
look it up at
leave.
your own time. Because we're going to get into some good conversations.
Coca-Cola.
I'm a Coca-Cola kind of guy.
Dr. Pepper, fuck
Okay, so
off,
this is
bro.
what I did want to ask real quick. Okay,
I'm
when it
not a
comes
caffeine
to
kind of person.
like sodas and stuff like that, all right? When it comes to Coca-Cola, when it comes to Dr. Pepper, what kind of Dr. Pepper guy are you? What kind of Coca-Cola person are you? Josh, what kind of Coca-Cola person are you? Are you just like full-on OG Coca-Cola, or are you
We're starting a
Like
feud.
a cherry Coke kind of guy.
are you into the cherry? Like for me, like Dr. Pepper cherry is like that shit is like I love it. I love it. Because I know they have Dr. Pepper cream and stuff, you know.
Yeah, like Dr. Pepper.
Like that
Oh,
shit's
Dr.
good.
Pepper cream soda.
Josh is an OG.
Ooh.
All right.
Ooh, Dr. Pepper cream soda.
Okay.
You know what, Josh? Did you know that Dr. Pepper is 2 parts Coke, 1 part root beer for its original recipe? So if you don't like root beer, that's why you don't like Dr. Pepper.
Interesting.
I will
What is
test
it?
this theory.
2
I
parts
swear.
Dr. Pepper. I mean, 2 parts root beer, 1 part what?
2 parts Coke, 1 part root beer.
Oh,
Very cool.
I have a fun fact to
That's
share
the
with my
OG.
friends,
That's the honestly, as someone who works in the food industry, that is my fun fact for every table that orders a Dr. Pepper. And
the
Yeah,
other
he said he
21
doesn't like root
flavors.
beer. Okay, yeah, that's why. Root beer!
root beer,
Root beer, no root beer! Sorry.
Coca-Cola, Spurt, Fanta,
Bear. Root beer.
Very good, guys. Very good. But
beer.
I don't drink soda. So
we
I
have
can't comment.
we have some Q&As to talk about. We have 2 Q&As.
Yes.
Oh my
We do.
god, I forgot that we have things to do.
Yeah, we'll
I
go
have
ahead and we'll
them
jump into
already
that.
ready.
Very cool. And then we'll do a very brief recap, and then because we got to go ahead and get into the story, and then we also have I think we have some good final thoughts to get into, some good breakdowns to go ahead and discuss. As I mentioned, an emotional episode. But yeah, so I think now we can go ahead and jump into the Q&As, and so I'll let Lexi now decide which Q&A she wants to begin with.
So we did a double Q&A last week, and I'm going to start off with something a little light, not super story based, which was a question I asked you guys last week, 2 weeks ago, last week. What show are you currently binging? And that's when I went on my whole spiel about how I love Quinn.
Yeah.
Live, laugh, love Quinn. No one gets her like I do. So a couple of our friends answered, and I'm still thinking about love, and she's always on my mind.
I just
First
love
response
love,
we
bro.
have is from the loyal friend of the show, Bobby7.
Shout out, Bobby.
What's up, Bobby?
Yeah, Bobby.
Bobby says, oh God, I might totally butcher this pronunciation. Freyrin and Ninja Kamui.
Kamui. Ninja Kamui.
And then the first show was Frieren.
Freerun.
Freyrin.
That's what I was talking about earlier, I think. Freerun, yeah, that's the one. I keep hearing a lot of good things about it. That's what
And
I
it's a
said.
newer-
People have compared the writing to Arcane.
So it's newer.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I
That is what
mentioned
you were
like
talking
earlier.
about.
Yeah, Freerun. The Beyond Journey's End, yeah.
Interesting. Does it have like a little? Are you
it's-
looking it up right now?
Yeah.
Is it anime?
So does it have a little summary you can go ahead and read? Something like if it's long, you wanna-
Yeah, it's a short one. Let's.
just so that we can go ahead and kind of have
It's
an
an
idea.
anime? Or is it
Yeah, manga first, anime now. Let me see if I can find a good summary.
Something that'll just be like a brief summary. So just in case for
Just
anybody
for
listening,
the-
they're interested, they might go ahead and decide to go
watching it.
and binge it. You never know. But while you're looking at that, real quick, I don't know if Jacob already did respond. Maybe he did, but he said currently he is binging Vinland Saga.
Okay, yeah. I
And
heard
then-
it's
Oh,
really
fucking
good.
goated.
And Josh said, not a binger, honestly, but the most I watched like 3 episodes at a time, which is why I didn't answer the Q&A.
That's all right.
Yeah.
No problem.
A lot of it comes down to time as well. you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes you go ahead and you have the time. Sometimes you're on a break
It's
and
like
stuff.
gonna stay
a
up
little
watching
vacation
it.
and stuff. But you never
Yeah.
know.
I mean, it's a couple of people's spring breaks right now, so
True. Yeah.
maybe you have an opportunity to binge now.
Yeah. Any
Oh,
other-
it premiered last September,
oh, okay.
so it's only about 6 months.
So pretty new.
It's an adventure drama fantasy.
Ooh. That sounds
An elven mage as she embarks on a journey to reach the resting place of souls in order to reunite with her former comrade Himmel, whose hero party once slew the Demon King.
Interesting.
So she's basically trying to find her love of her life, who probably died destroying the Demon King or something like that. I don't know.
Okay.
I haven't watched it yet.
Interesting.
Probably gonna start it tonight.
All right.
That'll be my
Shout
binge
out-
starting
Shout
tonight.
out to Bobby.
yeah.
out to
Shout out Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby.
You may have
right.
just introduced us to something really great.
I hear a lot of
thank you
very
for that,
good
Bobby.
things about it.
And next we have from Heise, known as I Am Storm on Instagram. Also, Jacob.
Yeah.
Jacob says, I don't really binge, but I'm watching One Piece a lot.
Whoa. Okay.
Good.
Cool.
Good.
Well, that obviously has changed because now he's
On Vinland.
Vinland.
Yeah.
But One Piece is forever. Oh my god.
Yeah, One Piece is never ending.
I can't talk to anyone about the
One Piece is a lifelong
Not. No. Don't even think about it.
One Piece talk. That's for them. That's for them to do. I can't be a part of that. That's for them.
You don't get it.
Very cool. Thank you so
But
much
yeah.
for the response, Josh.
Very cool. Thank you for that,
thank you so
Jacob.
much for that.
Next we have from
So you can watch multiple at a time. Interesting.
okay. Next response we have is from our cousin, A. Cervantes.
Oh, all right.
Says House of Ninjas. I heard that one's pretty good.
Okay.
I heard it's pretty good.
Interesting.
I've heard good things.
House of Ninjas.
I mean, it has to be
Fairly
good
new?
for these people to be binging.
Fairly new.
Actually, I don't know. I don't know if it is. But I've heard a couple people talk about it and say that it's pretty good.
Okay.
That they're watching it.
Hey, there he is.
Hey, there he
Jopa, my
is. What's up,
recommendation.
Jopa?
Shout out. What up, guys? So, Zach, can you find another brief little summary for us so that we can
For
go
House
ahead and
of
kind of get a better understanding of what it is? You're smiling. You're smiling.
Because Google did not give me what I thought it would give me.
Oh, okay.
Google.
Yeah, I see him on his phone. I see him searching on his phone. He's like, has a little.
Yeah.
Google gave me IMDb movies that are all live action,
Oh.
Interesting.
and I put anime in my search.
Yeah. Okay.
So House of Ninjas.
House of Ninjas. Interesting. Right on. Right on.
I'm assuming it's the one by Dave Boyle for Netflix.
Yeah. It's like a real. It's It's not an anime.
Oh, okay.
I don't think.
Follows a family of ninjas known as shinobi as they struggle to connect as a family and return to the shinobi lifestyle. That's literally all it's got on Wikipedia.
Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
I mean, that makes sense.
It was released worldwide on February 15th on Netflix.
Oh.
February
right
15th of this year.
Yeah.
Oh, very new.
Very new.
Okay.
I'm told.
So
A
anybody
month
who is
and 2 days.
looking for something to watch
Okay.
over on Netflix, there it is. House of Ninjas.
Cool.
Right on. Thank you so much for the recommendation. Cut.
Yeah, thank you for
Appreciate
that.
you and love you.
Yeah, because
Appreciate it.
I'm
It does
done
look
with.
interesting.
I'm done binging you now because I'm waiting for the final season to come out. So
There you go.
need a new thing on my list.
Okay. Cool.
Next, we have from another loyal friend of the show, Laker for Life. What is up, Laker for Life?
Shout out Laker for life.
Yeah.
He says Halo.
Oh, Halo.
Yeah,
Halo. They just released a new season as well.
Where is it on? It's not on Hulu.
It's over on, I think, Paramount.
Paramount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say.
Because I don't have
Um,
it.
I
Oh.
heard it's pretty good.
Yeah, but for anybody that played Halo, or I guess, maybe that'd be a cool little venture to go ahead and dive into. I myself haven't seen it, but yeah, it looks interesting. I mean, obviously it follows Master Chief.
I've heard very, very good things, but from other like gamers who are like big Halo fans.
Really?
So
Yeah.
if
I
the
know
Halo
that-
fans like it.
Yeah,
They
then
were,
it's probably valid.
It must be good because they were advertising the hell out of it during the Super Bowl weekend, and I believe actually during the Super Bowl, obviously people tune in for the commercials, and I believe they actually had a Halo commercial on during the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
so,
I think I saw the
pretty
promo and it looked really cool.
Yeah.
I think
the
someone
promo
can
itself
correct me
looked
if I'm
really
wrong, but I think Halo's also going to be cross-platform soon. I think it's no longer going to be an Xbox
Oh,
exclusive.
really?
Really?
I think
Wow.
PlayStation is the only thing with exclusives now,
Okay.
and it's pretty soon everything's going to end up on PlayStation and PC.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
I
then-
figured.
The
I feel
Xbox
like
is kind of a dying breed on some real shit. It sucks.
yeah, because all that they really had was
all they still have is back compatibility and then
Halo.
exclusives. Yeah. Oh well.
but
Yeah, that's what happens when you fall off.
Sony may have stronger consoles, but they have shitty fucking Spider-Man movies. All the Spider-Man movies are coming back into theaters,
They
and we might
are.
get Spider-Man 4 for Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, I heard there's a rumor about that.
I've heard that
Sam
too.
Raimi.
Have you guys seen Dune, by the way?
No.
I haven't. I heard
still
it's really
have not
good.
seen
I gave it a 9.5.
Yeah. I
Nico
remember-
gave it a 10 out of 10. Nico's very,
I remember, Zach, you spoke
it's
very
good.
highly of it last
oh,
time.
it's so fucking good.
I want.
I
The
watched it
sandworm.
again. I think I'm gonna watch it a third time in 40x. I want to shake.
So something we also talked about recently was also that Madam Web, and I know that Sydney Sweeney is her name, right? She's the one who.
She was on
Was in
Euphoria. She showed her tits to the world.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
All right.
Well, I
That's
saw
why-
that she said that she would.
She's also a great actress.
She would go back into the,
She also
the
does acting, I
Spider-Verse.
think.
She would go back into the Spider-Verse if it meant being alongside Zendaya. So there you go.
Okay.
That'd be
Stipulation.
sick.
Yeah. I mean, who else does? Who doesn't want to be?
Honestly, I think I've
Near
only
the
seen
day.
Sydney Sweeney in Euphoria. She did do a really good job there, but
Very cool.
Yeah, she's on her come up. She's getting really popular.
Also,
Oh, dude, she's all over my TikTok.
Venom
Yeah.
3.
like crazy amount.
right now. Oh my
Venom
god,
3
I'm
has
so
a
We're gonna get
excited
Venom
for
3?
that.
I still need to see 1 and 2.
There's a title for it now called The Last Dance.
Yes.
And there is, speaking of rumors, there's rumors that Venom will finally find his way into the MCU. We got a glimpse of it. We got a taste of it where
Isn't
and
he in Tom's
In the
universe?
No Way Home,
yeah.
Yeah.
No Way Home over in the post credits we saw Venom.
a little bit of symbiote left in the
Yeah.
in that universe.
It's very cool to see Venom react to Tom Holland's Spider-Man over on the news. You know, obviously there is a weird connection between the symbiote and the multiverses, and I don't know what it is, but we're gonna dive into that. I shouldn't say-
Super excited.
we'll get more of that, I'm guessing, in The Last Dance. But yeah,
Join us
excited
in our
for it.
other podcast where we talk about
MCU and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Attack the Marvel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, so
Marvel
I
at
would say
Marvel.
when it comes to Sony and their Spider-Verse movies, Venom is pretty much the only one that I guess is kind of like I don't want to say it's so bad to say like watchable, but
yeah. It's definitely it's their big one. It's their leading like,
saw
oh well,
something-
we did Venom.
I saw something recently too. Michael Keaton obviously made a little cameo over in Mobius, right? And even he was like, "Yeah, I don't know why I was in it. Didn't make sense." But
Yeah.
you know, whenever I asked about it, like, how
Oh
does this
yeah,
tie
at
in?
the end of Morbius, yeah, where it's like, yeah, because I had no idea how that was going to tie in.
Because he said he even asked like the people who were on set or like production team, whatever, like, so how is this going to tie into it? And he said that they couldn't even explain it to him.
Yeah.
I was like, great. So it seems like
So we're
Sony
just
They should have
throwing
asked
in-
Mark Ruffalo. He would have spilled the beans immediately.
I know.
Yeah.
So they're just going to throw it in just for, I don't know, to be like Marvel.
Josh has a question for you, Zach.
I did see that. Honestly, I'm probably just gonna watch gameplay. I've never really played any games like that before. Plus, I'm more of an FPS dude, or like, I am really excited for. I think it's Striking Zero, the new Dragon Ball fighting game that's gonna be coming out soon.
That is also PlayStation exclusive, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Dang.
And it'll probably end up on
So
PC
we
at
have to
some
buy a
point.
PlayStation.
I guess, huh?
Yeah.
To finally play Helldivers.
Oh my God, are we just gonna have Attack the Games?
I know.
Just start triple streaming.
Join us.
everything?
We're going to start streaming our gaming sessions.
I know.
You guys can watch me rage quit at Overwatch.
You guys can watch me be terrible at Rainbow Six Siege and throw my controller around.
Yeah, those are the classics. I would for sure get a PlayStation just for that game because I don't know the exact number, but there is an insane amount of characters.
I feel like you're a Crash Bandicoot dude.
Grew up playing Crash
we grew
Bandicoot.
up playing that, yeah.
Me and Dad.
Yeah,
you
just
know, for sure.
get a PlayStation again.
Yeah.
Come get some Crash Bandicoot in your life, some Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
Thank you for that
very cool.
answer, Laker for Life.
Yeah, shout out Laker for
Thank
Life.
you.
Next, we have friend of the show, the Eddie Hinston. What's up,
Ooh,
Eddie?
shout out
Eddie.
Wherever you are, Eddie. Wherever you are. No kidding.
I know,
Shout
wherever
out
you are,
Eddie.
man, we miss you. It's okay. You're probably listening to this later on.
Hair looks good.
Yeah. Oh, bless you, Eddie. I know you just sneezed. Bless you.
So tight.
For when you listen to this in the future.
There you go.
Whenever you sneeze, bless you.
He said he's currently binging Attack the Talk.
Yeah.
That's my guy right there. Speaking of
Real recognizes real.
shout out to you sent me something, Lex. You screenshot something for me.
Yes, I did.
And I believe the username on Instagram was Zay, I believe.
I couldn't get it right now because I'm in the Q&A.
No, but I think it's Zay, so I would say, I'm guessing we're going to get to it at some point, but I want to say shout out because the message you sent me, and I don't know, are you going to talk about it? Because I don't want to spoil it, but...
Yeah, I would love, we could talk about it at the end, like in
Yeah.
final thoughts.
Okay.
A little shout out.
Well, I want to shout out Zay now, not at the end. So,
Yeah.
Zay, I'm assuming you're going to be listening to this, but
Sometime. in the
That
future,
is-
hopefully soon.
super fucking awesome that you reached out to us, and we're so glad that you enjoy it, and we're happy that you are part of the Attack the Talk fam, and we cannot wait for you to join us live here in chat. So shout out Zay for binging
Shout out.
Attack the Talk as well, and shout out to Eddie again. Eddie,
Yeah, also binging.
so that's awesome.
Yeah, for context, we got a user by the name of Zay DM us and basically say like, hey, I've just started, like, I think you guys are like the best Attack on Titan
Yeah.
podcast out there.
Was
And-
looking for something.
Yeah, looking for
Found
something
us.
to, because obviously Attack on Titan is done now.
Yeah.
So it's like, I need to get that Attack on Titan fix.
Yeah.
Found us. I know.
Yeah.
Addicts just like all of us found
Yeah.
us and DM'd us, talk about how I'm so excited because I'm binging it. So excited to eventually join you guys live.
Got through both season 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And currently in season 3.
And I will say our,
Hell yeah,
our
dude.
first season is a little rough. Okay. So
Yeah,
We ain't got it.
hopefully
We
you
were
enjoy
still
it
trying to
live.
figure it out. And
We
stuff,
ain't got
you know?
our pretty faces attached yet.
Just like with anything,
Yeah.
you know, we go ahead and we kind of start off somewhere, and
But
then
we grow
we
with
learn and we grow.
the production.
Yeah.
Just wait till you get to season 3, buddy.
Yeah.
Just
I know.
wait.
Yeah, Josh even says too, like, sounds so familiar, sounds just like how I found you guys, which is awesome. It's so
Yeah,
awesome that you guys are
really
able to find
cool.
us through that outlet of just, you know, again, we're all fans of Attack on Titan, so of course we all want our fix. This is why we're doing the podcast, because we wanted our fix.
We need our fix.
We wanted to go
I
ahead
know.
and like analyze each episode, and we're to the point literally where we're
Because
breaking
anime
down.
deserves it.
We're breaking down the episodes into 3 parts. That's
Yeah.
how much we enjoy it so much,
And we can still we still never fail to continue going
Especially because
more
we
and
have
more. We love talking.
Yeah.
We love it.
Especially
it's
because we
great.
have such amazing, loyal listeners that are so smart. So it helps us dive into even more stuff and talk with chat.
exactly.
It's
Yeah, we
so
start
good.
bouncing off you guys.
And that's only made this whole experience that much
Yeah.
better. It's literally like the fact that we're able to go ahead and do this, talk about Attack on Titan live with our friends. I mean, again, it's so freaking cool. But
We're super excited for when you eventually join us. live.
Exactly.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
cool.
Super excited.
And thank you, Eddie, for the
I'll
response.
see you in the land of
Yeah.
Wano.
And thank you,
I know you
Eddie.
don't get that, but
So, and Next, we have from username
I hate you.
KitKat1024.
Okay.
But there's a space between the A and the T, so KitKat.
Kit Kat.
They say that they're binging One Piece.
Whoa.
I'll see you in the land of
The
Wano.
land of Wano.
So thank you for that, KitKat.
Hell yeah. And good luck.
You're gonna
good luck.
yeah, pretty much. Enjoy the ride.
Enjoy the ride.
Enjoy it. It's okay to cry.
Yeah.
Me and AJ both did.
Yeah, there's a certain, I mean, again, everybody has their moment of when I saw this scene and that's when I got hooked. Everybody has that moment.
Yeah, for like any anime.
Yeah, anything. And I'm excited for whatever that scene
Josh
is
really
for
wants
you.
this One Piece talk to happen.
Yeah, Josh really does, but we don't have the time for it, Josh. I'm sorry. I know you're gonna be disappointed.
Josh, if you want to talk One Piece, you can DM me right now. You can DM me ROSSZZAC, brother. DM me right now.
Maybe when we
Gear
eventually
5.
finish Attack the Talk, if
Yeah.
we'll even have an end to
We'll
it.
sit Lexi down and you guys can
Then-
watch One Piece.
That'll be the podcast. It'll just
The
be
podcast will
having
be
Lexi
my
go
live
ahead
reaction.
and live react to.
Lexi taped to a chair.
Yeah.
Eyes opens One
Yeah.
Piece.
Yeah.
And then you guys just like hyper explaining
Ghetto.
everything. Like I'll just watch a scene that like probably has no meaning to me and be like, did you see that though? But that means that. But did
You'll
you
see that in 286 episodes
Yeah.
at 14 minutes and 32 seconds.
Yeah.
It's like how we are with
Remember
Attack on
that.
Titan.
Yeah.
Remember Aaron's head smoking? Yeah. Every episode has one of those moments.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you
Oh
for that,
my God.
KitKat1024.
Yes. Thank you so much for that.
Next, we have from user the Mutis Touch, not Midas Touch, Mutis.
Okay.
The Mutis Touch.
Very cool.
Says that
Cheese touch?
they're currently binging Miraculous Ladybug. I've heard very mixed reviews about it. I actually heard it's really good, but it gets a bad rap because it's like an animated show. It's like a CGI, like 3D animation.
Oh,
show.
3D. Okay. Interesting.
So I've heard that it's actually really good, but it's like it's called Miraculous Ladybug. But it gets a bad rap because it seems very childish. Like it kind of looks like a kids show,
Yeah.
but I heard the writing's really good. I haven't watched it, but I heard the writing's pretty good.
Interesting.
It has
I'm not gonna lie. I was like 95% sure this was a kid's show when I put it on for my primas.
yeah, I'm pretty.
I was like,
I
oh my
think
God,
it
it's like
is
Bluey.
actually meant for like
It's like Paw Patrol.
kids and like teens, but I guess I heard the writing.
It's like one of those shows. Like I'm trying to think of something like from like what we would have grown up with.
like
that was,
Teen Titans or something.
Yeah, like it's for teens, but it's like a kid-esque
But
show.
if it has good writing, it has good
like
writing.
Codename Kids Next Door. That's what.
But also, isn't the main character what's his name? Like Cat Noir or whatever? Whoever the main character is. I think it's the same voice. I think it's
there's
Bryce
the
Papenbrook.
Well, I thought the main character was Ladybug Girl, but Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir. Yeah.
Yeah, Cat Noir. I'm pretty sure he's voiced by Bryce Papenbrook.
Are you fucking serious?
I'm pretty sure he is.
How can I find the voice actors? Cast.
Which is going to be a...
Oh my God! Bryce Papenbrook is Adrian Agreste.
Yeah, he's Cat Noir.
That's
For
crazy.
people who don't know, Bryce Papenbrook is the voice of Aaron.
Aaron Yeager.
Aaron God is in all
What
shows.
a crazy tie-in.
He's everywhere.
That's crazy.
What a crazy
I
tie.
can't wait for the Ladybug Beast Titan. Oh, it's gonna be crazy.
Ladybug Beast Titan. I know. Given the voice is a lot different. Considering that he's voicing, I think, like a teenager in Miraculous Ladybug versus Aaron Yeager, where he's
Isn't
voicing
that so
a
fucking beautiful? that the
genocidal
fact that
maniac.
you have somebody who's a voice actor that sounds so different in
Yeah.
other freaking projects. I love it.
Yeah,
I
Rain,
would actually
baby.
hold on.
That's
Let me pull up a little
Also,
clip. I
Jake-
want you to hear this difference.
I say, I want you to know Griffith was never that guy. Griffith will always be a terrible evil man. Always terrible evil man.
Damn.
You haven't seen Berserk
No.
or read it?
Hold on.
Have not.
There's a Michael's ad. Hold on.
Oh my God, Michaels!
Love
out
myself
Michaels.
some Michaels.
We're gonna get
Episode,
paint some crafts,
brought to you
arts and
by-
crafts.
They're giving me this ad.
Brought to you by.
Dr.
I
Pepper.
wish.
I feel like Delulu today.
Delulu.
I feel like that's my word. I'm Delulu.
Delulu.
I also,
This is our Aaron Yeager.
Lady, it's been a while since I've had that much fun. Truth is, I only ever had.
I hear it. The thing is, I can hear
Me too. I hear like a young Aaron.
It's young Aaron.
the young Aaron, season 1 Aaron.
Do everything in our power to keep you safe.
Christina V.
Whoever she is,
That's
that
her name.
mask. I love that for me. Crying, crying, crying.
Okay, cool. 15 seconds, perfect.
Cool.
Yeah, that was Also, he is an Osuke as well.
Yeah, he's also an Inosuke. He's a lot of people. He's
a very
lot.
different sounding Eren
What a
Yeager.
crazy range he has.
Love it.
Good job, Bryce.
Shout out Bryce. Okay, cool.
But thank you for that, the Modus Touch. Next we have we have two more to
Okay.
go through. Next we have username Nick in it.
Okay, Nick's in it.
Nick is in it. Nick in it 97. He says record of Ragnarok, and I also just finished Netflix's Avatar.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, I watched
Did you
all
watch
of it.
it?
Okay, look, honestly,
I was
so
gonna ask you.
so first I want to say, Record of Ragnarok, pretty fucking cool. If you just want your shonen fix and you just want some cool fucking fights,
Is it
Record of
anime?
Ragnarok.
Okay.
It's on Netflix exclusive. It's pretty good.
Oh, okay.
It's similar-esque to Baki, where it's just like you watch it for action, you watch it for fights.
Yeah, very shonen.
Very shonen. But the Avatar. Okay,
Yeah.
it's good, but as someone who is like a major fan of the animated series,
Yeah.
I agree that there's just a lot of shit that didn't make sense to me. Like they changed some
Yeah.
a lot of shit with Aang got changed in terms of like how he reacts to certain things. Like when he's captured and he's on the ship with Zuko.
Yeah.
And he's like in the anime, he's like, "Let me go and I'll fight right now."
Yeah, he's like, I'll fight you
But
right
this one,
now.
he's like, "I have to go save my friend."
then he's like, "Please let me go, please."
Like Aang is supposed to be this very like tortured soul who like he's finding the balance between light and dark, like an Anakin Skywalker-esque. Like, but I mean, I don't like how they showed the Agni Kai.
Yeah, you still didn't like it after watching it?
I would have been okay with it if they had shown it, and Zuko just got a shit fucking rocked. But the thing is, Zuko basically won, and his dad's like, "You're weak," but that's not the point. The point is, it's supposed to be a spectacle of Ozai beating the fuck out of his son for disrespecting him.
Yeah.
And then Zuko never says the word honor, and it bothers me.
Yeah, that bothers me too. He never says
But other
honor
than that,
once. But it is also just the first season.
Yeah, and then there's a reason it got confirmed for 2 more seasons. I'm so excited for
Yeah.
it.
It did
And-
get confirmed for season 2 and season 3. Very excited for that.
And like I said, if I'm coming at it unbiased, way better than anything live action that's come out beforehand.
yeah,
for
but
Avatar: The Last
also the bar
Airbender.
was on the floor.
Yeah,
so-
the bar was 6 feet under.
Yeah.
But no, it was good. There's just little things
But
that
I don't know what the writers are doing though, because like I've been looking at a lot of behind the scenes stuff, and like
Yes.
behind the scenes, the actors act way more like their characters than what's in writing in front of us.
I think Sokka. Okay, there's a lot of. You heard about the controversy about Sokka's character?
I love Sokka.
Yeah, he's
I
not
actually really like
He's
his
not Native
casting.
American at all.
Yeah, I
crazy.
mentioned
You
that
mentioned
last
you mentioned
time.
that, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
I was
I
like,
found
yeah,
that-
he lied. He's not Native American.
He showed up, and
but-
I was like, but he did a kill.
But I
I think
love
he was
his
the best
casting.
actor. Him, and then I really like the casting for Uncle Iroh.
Me too.
I think they do a really good job, and I actually like
And
Zuko's
obviously,
actor as well.
Ozai, Daddy Day Kim.
Daddy, I was like, oh. I know a
does a
lot of
great
people are
job.
talking shit. Now I kind of understand what you were talking about the other week about them kind of being mad that Azula and her friends are like a little bit
Yeah, because they're
on the
very
pudgier.
soft.
They have baby fat. That's
But
it.
also,
but they're
yeah,
kids.
they're
kids.
kids, baby
and like
fat.
even in the cartoon, they get older, and
Mm-hmm.
we don't really get to see like them a bit older, and like I guess they might be a bit more tonal, like in chapter 3, like book 3, Book of Fire. That'd be.
But I think they're
They-
changing it in the live action because obviously you can't stop the actors from aging. So I think they are going to end up being aged up in
Yeah.
the live action.
And I feel like, well, that or too, because it depends on how long they plan on filming. Because if the next book is going to be like in a year and a half, that means we got like 3-4 years before we get Book of Fire, maybe 5. And by then the actors would be like to the point where they probably would naturally just kind of get a
Yeah.
bit taller, slim out a little bit. So they
Stranger
might be
Things.
perfect for it.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
exactly. Stranger
That's the perfect
Things.
example. Yeah,
Yeah.
Stranger Things.
I feel like a lot of people in the cinema industry right now have been filming with younger actors because they know that they can just do longer projects, and they know that they don't have to recast. Like my kids are just going to get older.
Yeah.
Same situation that we're talking about, right? With Avatar is going to be the same thing they're dealing with One Piece. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
You know? Like, you got these characters. I mean, they're playing these younger versions of themselves, but like right now they're in their early 20s, you know, and stuff. And then Iñaki, he's like 19 or something like that, you know? And so Iñaki's going to go ahead, and obviously you're going to see some substantial kind of growth with
I
him.
think he's 19 in the manga right now.
Really?
I think he's 17 when we start, and then they have their 2-year time skip, and then he's 19, I think.
Yeah,
I could be wrong.
And so that's something that obviously they have to, anybody
I'm caught up on
involved
solo leveling.
with filming, they have
the
to kind
manga.
of, just deal with that and prepare
Yeah.
for all that and stuff.
And then
you know?
like match that up to the story and everything. I am excited to see where they take it. So far,
So far, it seems it's all the major beats that I wanted were hit.
Yeah.
And oh my god, the
It's just the
Kiyoshi
emotion.
Warriors were so fucking good.
Yeah,
That was like
it was cute.
when Saki gets his fan. He's like, I was
Yeah. The only problem that the only major problem I think I had was just the whole Umashu arc, where everything's just so mixed up, and they took out a lot, and then for some reason they're in the spirit world,
The
and then
spirit
for
world
some
didn't
reason
get flushed out the way it should
this
have been.
person's there, and for some But I will say the stuff that they added, I liked all of
Well,
it.
when you think, they condensed it by a good margin of episodes, so like it makes sense. And I remember what really pissed me off. This is the one major gripe, like the one thing that like makes me want to give it like a 6 instead of like a 7.5 or an 8.
Yeah,
They
that's why
fucked
I'm
up
still
Boomy.
gonna-
They fucked up Boomy, bro.
What's your opinion on that?
So Boomy's supposed to test Aang as the Avatar. Like Boomy's never. It's like there's a little bit of resentment, but at the end of the day, Boomy's like a little bit crazy, and he's like, I just want Aang to understand the world he's in now. But in the live action, it's more like you fucking left me. You left me. Fuck you. And I don't get to see Sokka and Katara in the giant rock candy crystals. Like,
Yeah, that
made me
too.
mad. And I liked how they did it with Aang, but I was like, I wanted to see Sokka fall. Be like,
I do think that Boomy was a little off, but also
he was casted well. I think
Yeah.
they just could have written him a little bit better, a little bit more
Yeah.
true to the
I think that
source.
there's just something with the writing that's like lacking like the real richness of Avatar: The Last Airbender. But so far, I think with what's going on it's
That's
I'm
literally the issue
excited
to see-
with any live action.
Yeah,
It's all in the
and
writing.
I
Yeah.
feel like Netflix is a company that finally started learning from their mistakes.
Yeah.
And they're
And they've had a
listening
lot
to
of
feedback.
mistakes.
Oh yeah.
they've got a lot to learn from.
You mean Death Note live action wasn't good?
I thought it was good by itself compared to the anime.
Yeah, if you just don't
Yeah,
compare
if
to
you
the
don't know
anime, it's
what
pretty.
the hell
it's
Light
okay.
is as a
Willem Dafoe
person.
carries, but
Big D.
Sorry, he couldn't carry
Defoe.
that. I'm sorry.
you know, but he couldn't. Yeah,
Tried his
as
best.
good as Willem Dafoe is, he could not carry Death Note.
Tried his best.
He is
But
the best thing that came out of that.
yeah, Netflix has been very open to feedback in what I feel. And I feel like the actors too, because they're younger, I feel like they're going to be more in touch with social media and be like, well, even if my bosses say this, everybody wants me to do this, and I'm going to do what everybody wants me to fucking
Yeah,
I will
like if
say,
I want us to get renewed for a 4th season, let's.
that is a slippery slope when it comes to social media, because anybody
It is-
that
it
is
is
an
very-
actor, and kind of putting myself in that realm, if I'm doing something, I'm in a project and I see social media and they don't like a certain way that I'm executing it, then I don't know how I would take that.
Yeah.
And that's,
You know, I would have to
Because
block off.
everyone
Good
has an
point.
opinion.
I would have to block off all the noise, block it all out, and then just focus on work. And then again, it's like, it's a again, social media is just a
Oh.
slippery slope.
I heard the original people that worked on the Avatar, the animated, walked off.
I did not know about that, but it makes sense.
Whoa.
With how
That's not
they're-
good.
Not good at all.
yeah,
That's
with
not
how they
good.
strayed from, because like I'm telling you, like those beat points that I get mad about, like because I was talking to Sophie and Fidel, and those two of my friends are huge Avatar fans as well, like huge. Like we want to go watch the movie when it comes out at the end of the year. And we were talking about it, and they were like, we don't like this, and I was like, cool, I agree. And then it makes sense because that's like how it's just part of the writing and development for Aang and these characters. So it's
Yeah.
like, how are they gonna get that development now?
Yeah. It's also so I'm on like I'm trying to weigh it out because it's hard to judge it because you want to compare it to, okay, what's the closest thing we had? This absolute dog shit live action that was made before versus you're thinking, okay, what's some other live actions that were made, not just Avatar, and then you think The Last of Us, and you think
Last
like
of Us.
you think
even the One Piece one came out
one.
well. Yeah,
Yeah, and
One
you're
Piece
like,
came
dang,
out way
these were
better than I expected.
developed really
I'm a
well.
firm believer that One Piece live action came out so well because Oda was heavily involved in the
100%.
entire process,
Yeah.
and Oda did not
100%.
approve anything unless it
They
was
kept
to his
vision.
liking.
You could tell they kept vision.
You
Because
know?
the thing is, Oda, like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe that's why they walked off. Because Oda's there, and Oda's like, no, these things need to happen for these characters to develop in the way they need to develop.
Yeah.
There's no
And
writing
truthfully,
around.
too, like the showrunners are huge fans of One Piece. So this is like
You have to have
they're
a
living
cast
their
that's
dream.
invested.
Yeah.
And like for these actors, none of them grew up watching Avatar: The Last Airbender for the kids. That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah, because they're kind of
they don't like. I'm sure they've watched it.
Yeah,
they don't. They
are
like,
fans, but
they haven't like because I've seen it like 7-8 times now.
yeah,
all the way.
Other
through.
than like Iroh, I feel like they didn't really grow up watching it.
Maybe Ozai. I feel like Ozai
yeah,
does.
Ozai.
Ozai's character or actor plays really good to his role. Mm-hmm. He's fucking ready to beat the shit out of Zuko.
But also, he's just a great actor.
Oh yeah,
Daniel Day Kim is just a really good actor.
and he's handsome.
Even the own like cast is like, oh yeah, Daddy Day Kim, he's good. I'm like, what? But yeah, but
All right.
yeah, I'm excited.
Never
Okay,
mind,
we
we're
have
gonna
one
do
more.
an
Shout out
podcast.
to Nick.
Nick in it, 97.
Nick.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you for that.
Thank you for that tangent, Nick.
Yeah, thanks for
that shit was great.
Yeah, the moment that you mentioned Netflix's Avatar, we had a whole tangent.
We had that in our back pocket waiting.
We
I
still
know.
have a whole other Q&A as well to go and talk about, so let's
We
think
do.
about that as well. So we'll get
So,
to one more.
Last one is from our other friend of the show, SB.
Hey, SB,
Hi, SB.
miss you, SB.
We do. So, SB has an anime and a non-anime answer.
Okay.
Oh hell yeah!
For anime, she answered One Piece.
Whoa.
Yes, SB.
Shout out
We
SB.
have a
And
good
again,
amount of One Piece answers.
good luck, SB.
Thank
Stick
you.
through it.
I'm
Stick
glad
through
that
it.
we've
Yeah.
infected all of you.
Just
with
stick
the
through
bug.
it. I will say, stick through it. It's worth it.
And then for non-anime, SB said Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, okay. Shout
Which is
out.
pretty
Brooklyn
good.
Nine-Nine.
Solid. That's a solid.
And I do want to say again a very sad kind of note, but rest in peace to I believe is Captain Holt, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What,
the actor who
what? He had like some kind of disease.
I don't know
or
exactly.
something?
I just know that he passed away fairly recent, and
Yeah.
our condolences because he was fantastic in Brooklyn
He
Nine-Nine.
was. Rest in peace. Yeah.
But Brooklyn Nine-Nine is another great show to go ahead and binge watch. It's very, very hilarious. Andy Samberg does a phenomenal job. The cast is just great.
Some big names in there. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
cast
cast
is
has some
great.
good,
Oh, hell
good
yeah.
names
Yeah.
in there.
Amazing cameos as well and stuff. So yeah. It's a really
It's
good
a
show.
very funny show. Very good.
Also, just to end it off on binging, if any of you guys are looking for live action, try The Bear. It's pretty good. 2 seasons. It's like total of like 20-something episodes. It's really, if you like food and you like a little bit of chaos and you like really aesthetically pleasing shots, go watch The Bear.
The Bear.
Are any of you guys
FX.
currently binging something?
I was
You're
binging.
like bar
I was
rescue.
binging. I was
Bar
binging
rescue.
Avatar.
Bar Rescue.
Bar Rescue.
God, do you like fall asleep with Bar Rescue playing?
No.
Okay, I was
Go
gonna say,
ahead.
I feel like
We'll
you can't
watch-
sleep with that guy's voice.
We'll watch.
That's like when you wake
You're
up at
drinking
3
on the
a.m. and hear the
job.
George Lopez song.
Literally.
I think I'm binging right now. I've been re-binging Dragon Ball Z Abridged. I'm not gonna lie.
You and that abridged.
It's so fucking funny,
unfortunate
bro.
loss that we've had. Yeah.
oh
Akira,
my
right?
gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
R.I.P. Akira Toriyama. We would not. None of this would be going on without him. He is such a big inspiration.
Yeah.
It broke
Really
me.
laid down like the groundwork.
Not even
for
just
anime.
Dragon Ball. Yeah, just everything. What's crazy is he's never been a big manga reader or anime watcher, and he
for
has
him.
if you watch the OG like Dragon Ball Z, when they're like the episode, for example, when Goku and Piccolo get their driver's license, you see their fits. Those are inspired by what Akira Toriyama used to wear when he was a teen and like a young adult. It's just like those big poofy bomber jackets with the cool designs. Oh,
Yeah,
Akira
they were
Toriyama,
always really cool.
you're a godsend. I hope you are resting well. Thank
Yeah,
you
I
for
still
everything,
see like
bro.
stuff on like my Twitter, like
Oh, dude,
today.
the cartel activity dropped.
Oh my God, yeah.
exponentially for the next 3 days to
The
honor him.
cartel literally took a pause.
South
for-
America
for him.
cried for 3 days straight without
Yeah.
a doubt in my mind. Oh, dude.
because for
Broke
some
my
reason, Dragon Ball Z is a huge inspiration, a huge thing to Latinos, to African Americans. Like it's just like a big,
It's just a global.
a
just, like,
global thing. Yeah.
influential.
It's so relatable. It's just the
So
idea
there's
of
so many people that are like,
in order to protect the people I care about, I need to be stronger, and I can always get stronger.
Yeah.
If I find someone stronger than me, that just means that I can get stronger
and that was
too.
like the OG groundwork of that whole, like what anime is today.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would not be where we are with anime today. It would not be as popular, like widespread, well known. Might not even be in the West if it wasn't for Akira Toriyama.
Yeah.
So big thank you to Akira Toriyama.
Yeah. Of
Rest
course.
well, King.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well said.
Very appreciated.
Vegeta mindset, baby.
And thoughts and prayers and everything to his family, of course.
To his to his boys, right? Doesn't he have like a son or?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, sad. But
he was very well loved. You
I
could
believe
feel
his
it.
son's also a mom.
Super well loved. So
I do want to say again, guys, thank you so much for everybody who gave us a great response to what you guys are binging.
Thank you guys.
So should we get into the second Q&A or does it relate to the story at all or no?
yes, this does relate to the story.
Okay, should we?
And we only
do
have
it before?
three responses.
Yeah.
Okay.
His
So we'll
son's
do-
name is Sasuke.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Born April 1987, and his daughter Kika was born in the late 1990s.
No.
dang.
Yeah. So condolences to the.
Condolences.
All right. So Lexi, we'll go ahead and we'll get into this last Q&A, and then we'll do a very quick recap and get into the story.
Yeah, because you guys remember what happened. We're in the meat and potatoes. So we asked you guys, if Irvin came back as the Colossal, how would the story change?
Yeah.
This is a very big ask for you guys.
Loaded question for sure. This
Very
is you
loaded
guys to
question.
go ahead and kind of
As Irvin would state it, sorry,
do your
loaded
best.
question.
Do your best creative writing here. I mean,
Yeah.
again, this is kind of like an awesome assignment
With
for
the
you guys to go
character
ahead
cap
and,
that you have.
and exactly. So I'm very very interested to see what our the responses are. So
Yeah.
go ahead.
Because we did spiral with this idea
Yeah.
last episode.
Oh, dude,
but,
I spiral
yeah.
every
but
day with
we
this
have
question.
answers from. First of all, we have from Eddie Hinston.
Shout
Eddie,
out.
miss you, man. Eddie says Irvin would have prevented Aaron and Zeke from making heinous plans together. Okay, I see it. We did.
Well, you know
talk
what?
about this.
You know what that means? That means that Irvin would have never allowed Aaron to go ahead and head to Marley by himself.
Yeah,
Because
what
that's
we
how
talked
they were
about
able
I
to
don't
go
want to lock
ahead.
that motherfucker up. He was like, "You're stuck with me to the hip,
The
brother."
thing is, though, is that Commander Irvin always had someone,
We're chained
whether it's
together.
him or whether it's someone else, they always had a close eye on Aaron.
Yeah.
You know?
and it was always someone very trusted by her. It's either Levi or the other people in
Just even being involved with the Hanji squad and stuff,
Yeah.
you know, and all that, like, it didn't matter. Like, Irvin always was well aware of you know,
That's our
his,
last
his
hope, bro.
pieces over on this chessboard.
Yeah.
Stuff, you know? That's what it is. Like, Aaron was one of the most important, some would say the
That's a
most
very good
important.
analogy. I would argue that if Aaron was looking at this entire series as a chessboard, Aaron is the queen for sure because of his utility, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, like protect him.
Yeah.
Because
And then you think Irvin's going to go
He's your
ahead
most
and
valuable.
fight?
He's your most valuable piece offensively and defensively at this point. If Aaron got the Colossal, Irwin's now queen.
Yeah.
Like, he's king.
But the thing too is that you know that Irvin's going to go ahead and think to himself, okay, if Aaron is there unattended, if Aaron is there with no supervision, what is he going to think? What is he going to do? What are his plans of actions?
Yeah.
There's no way he's going there
not gonna
just to
allow
go
that.
ahead and just kind of like monitor the situation, see the setting and go ahead and kind of get an idea. No, like not at all. Irvin's going to go ahead, and even if he tells Aaron he's going to do it, somebody's going to be there keeping a close eye on him and being the kind of the scout, the support that, you know, Peak was for Zeke. You know, when Zeke was over in the Island of Parody, like that's the thing. Irvin would go ahead and fill that role now.
Now, who do you
where-
think he would put in that role?
Honestly,
I feel like he would want to put. I feel like he'd want to put Levi in that role, but I feel like Mikasa would fight and be like,
the thing is, Mikasa would very much want to go, but who I think would be the best would be honestly Sasha.
okay.
I think Sasha would be the best person to go and keep a close eye on
because of her
the character
instincts,
and
As
stuff.
long
natural
as-
hunter.
Yeah.
No, that's a very good point.
Just make sure Gabi's not around.
She ain't losing him, bro.
Exactly. Gabi's
Just
not gonna be
fucking
around.
get a horse near her and it'll bite her head and distract her. It's
It's
fine.
It's kind of the same way how remember when who was it that gave Sasha the letter to go ahead and transport over to
Oh, yeah. yeah.
Irvin, right?
Oh, I cannot remember.
Was it Nanaba?
Well,
or no?
There's been 2 times that Sasha has been given an order
so Sasha's been
to
very reliable to go ahead and
give
give information, and I think that she would be, in my eyes, the most kind of credible and most
Remember,
trustworthy.
She also was the person to be like, "Oh, Hanji, Captain Hanji, I have like information about Historia."
Exactly. Yeah.
like she's been trusted.
Yeah.
a good amount.
So I
and
think that makes
rightfully
sense.
so.
I feel like out of all of the scouts, if they were left to their own devices and just be like, you're on a solo survival mission, go figure it out, I feel like Sasha has the best chances.
Yeah.
Because of her
She's got those instincts.
prior knowledge. Yeah, she has insane fucking instincts.
Yeah.
And I feel like she knows how to like
She's got great
live off
training.
the land if need be, because I feel like she's had moments when she
And
was younger where she
also-
hunts.
That's how she was brought up.
she
Yeah.
has blended with this class of cadets by hiding her kind of natural, you know, just dialect and her kind of like her accent that she has, just from living over in kind of like this more country type vibe.
Yeah,
and stuff,
more rural. Yeah,
like she
She put the
has an
city girl
accent.
act on real quick.
I know.
She has an accent, but it's one of those things where she hides it.
And then food comes out and she loses all control.
Yeah, but that's also another thing too that could be enticing for her is be able to experience the food over on the other side of at least that world, the other side of that sea.
Everyone's got a weakness.
She's new headcanon. If they send Sasha to track Aaron, she finds Mikolo out there.
Nicolo, and then all of a
And
sudden
they fall in love, and she's like, "Fuck Aaron, who cares?" I felt
only
love.
makes
He makes me feel
The way to her heart is definitely through her stomach.
it only makes the story that much more tragic if Sasha faces the same
Ends up
fate.
perishing. Yeah.
But so Eddie, I think that is probably exactly what would happen.
Yeah.
There's no
I
way
agree, Eddie.
Irvin would go ahead and allow Aaron to go ahead and venture by himself.
Yeah.
And if Aaron thinks that he is, which Aaron thinks he always has the upper hand, at least at this point over in season 4, if Irvin is there, Irvin is having somebody keeping a close eye on him.
Yeah.
if not Erwin himself, keeping his foot right on Aaron's neck, being like,
Levi will allow Erwin to go.
Yeah.
I'll break your kneecaps, Erwin.
If he's
They'll
like,
just
you were way
heal."
too close to death before.
He's like, you see this arm? I grew it back.
I know.
Break my knees and I'll grow back too.
That's a whole other thing. Do you think Levi would be more protective of Irvin because he's like, you were on the brink of death before, we somehow brought you back? Or is it like, oh, you're a Titan now, take care of yourself?
I don't think Levi gets a choice, because if Irvin puts his foot down, a nuke drops.
He didn't
Yeah.
even have a choice when Irvin was
That's
handicapped.
true. When Irvin was missing an arm. So I guess
Irvin himself is only going to be this newer version of himself, this more enhanced version of himself, this Titan
he's
version
probably
of
just gonna
himself.
make jokes.
I feel like if
about
anything,
like, oh, just because you're this Titan user now doesn't mean that you're better. Like you're not. You're
just
so
because you
superior
can
to
wipe
me.
out an entire town doesn't mean you can stop
Doesn't
me
mean
from
I
stopping you.
can't
Because you're
kick your
colossal
ass.
doesn't mean I can still kick your ass.
Exactly.
Doesn't mean I can't beat the
See
poop
what I
out
did
of
to
you.
the beast.
Yeah.
That's a
Totally
good
see him
point.
do that.
So yeah, Eddie, thank you so much for the response. I
you,
could
Eddie.
definitely see that. I think that would probably be the most likely scenario.
Yeah, thank you, Eddie. Next we have from I Am Storm, also known as Heise.
I
Also,
said, what is up,
Jacob.
Jacob? What does Jacob have to say?
Jacob says, and I do not agree with this at all. He says that Irvin would aid in the rumbling.
Absolutely
No,
not. Sorry. In your
no.
story, Jacob, yes, but however,
Erwin would kill Flock.
That could be your personal headcanon, but yeah, I think Irvin would.
which is so strange to say if that is the case because Flock is the person who brought Irvin back.
I don't care.
Yeah, but I think, hey, you know what?
All
Flock
my
shows,
characters die.
Flock
Let's do it.
Flock
I know.
shows, Flock
All the
shows
characters
his
you voiced
true
die.
colors,
Except for Flock
except for Johnny Boy
and
For
Jean.
and
John.
Con and Connie.
Well, technically, Jean and Connie did die, and then they came back.
Yeah.
Their essence
well,
as
not
humans,
died, but
their
they're-
essence as
yeah.
humans
They,
died.
they took
But-
a nap.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
briefly kind of went comatose real quick.
I know, they went
briefly-
to coma real quick.
They briefly got turned really ugly.
Jean's
Yeah.
Titan looked kind of cool, though.
It did, actually.
His pure Titan did actually look kind of cool.
Wow, Connie Titan looked like his mom's.
Okay, so in Jacob's story, Flock becomes king and Irvin aids in the rumbling and yeah, whatever.
Great,
I don't agree,
love it.
but
No,
I
you lived your
love that
little
you're so
Jaegerist,
passionate.
dark twisted Jaegerist fantasy, my friend.
Yeah,
I
and if-
love your passion, but I don't agree.
And if that were to happen by chance, that just another crazy
Yeah.
change of like a character dynamic, which we've seen from some of the characters over in Attack on Titan. I mean, again, who's to say that Irvin doesn't decide to go ahead and realize the truth of what is happening over in this world, and all of a sudden his whole kind of, whatever he fights for, his motivation changes. You never know. All of a
Yeah.
sudden he realizes that what I've been fighting for has kind of just been a very small scale, and now this is kind of a bigger thing. Who the fuck knows? That's the
Yeah.
thing,
I mean, when you really think about it,
Yeah, his idea.
everything Irwin's stood for and fought for, in comparison to God's plan, Drake, aka Aaron,
I know. I was like,
it's all meaningless because Irwin really only got used as a tool for Aaron, to be real.
as did a lot of
Irwin
people.
thinks he's on the chessboard, but Aaron's on 4D chess.
yeah.
Honestly.
No, literally
Aaron's in
dimensional chess.
another dimension.
5D chess.
But thank you for that, Jacob.
Yeah.
Very
Shout out.
interesting, but I'm also not surprised.
No.
No.
Jacob says, hear me out.
Levi would
Hear me
rather
out.
kick the shit out of Aaron than become a Jaeger.
Levi as a Jaegerist.
The way that we didn't even read it out, we all just went, no.
There's no way in hell. No way. But again, good try.
If you have to start it with "Hear me out,"
Yeah, hear me out. No.
bad sign.
I'm not hearing anything. I'm deaf. But thank you.
Hear me out.
your
I'm
response.
illiterate.
So, next and last, but certainly not least, is from our friend Shiny Laurentis.
Oh, all right.
What's
Lo.
up, Lo?
Let's hear what Lo has to say. They say, might not go to save Eren when Eren attacks the Warhammer.
Interesting.
Okay. So Irvin might just be like a lost cause.
Interesting.
I don't think it'd be
It's too dangerous to get, but also, Mikasa won't stand for that.
Yeah.
I feel like Erwin wouldn't be lost cause. He'd be like damage control. I feel like that's what his gut reaction would be. Because if they're within any sort of grasp of Eren and they know what's going on, I feel like Eren would be like, oh shit. Okay.
I think that.
Action time. Let's pull out the chessboard and figure out what we got.
But then he just sees him unplug her.
Yeah, I was gonna
It's
say
it's fine.
I appreciate the response, Lo.
Literally,
Yeah, Nutcracker.
blood for the blood god.
Yeah, I appreciate the response, Lo, but I think that is unfortunately highly unlikely. I think that Eren is such an important piece to the scouts, and I don't think that Irvin would just consider him a lost cause if he were to go and venture off by himself. It's kind of like the same token we were talking about with Eddie a little bit, and his response is just, no matter what Eren decides to do, and we know Eren decides to do whatever the hell Eren wants over in season 4.
Yeah.
But I think
Eren
that
chooses as
Irvin is going to always keep a close eye, always have somebody there kind of like monitoring, his activity. And I just don't see Irvin deciding to just cut bait because he's a lost cause. No.
I agree.
He's too just crucial and important of again, a piece in this chessboard.
Yeah.
I feel like. No, I agree. I have nothing else to say.
I mean, that's the
You
thing.
know what?
I was gonna play devil's advocate, and then I was like, I don't even want to. I just
Yeah,
agree.
you're like, you know what? I agree.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's like Irvin. We know what side he's fighting for. In the unlikelihood that he decides to go ahead and again, this kind of goes into Jacob's response, but Irvin is not going to go ahead and kind of just flip and change and kind of decide, all right, you know what? Maybe the Zeke guy is onto something. No,
Yeah.
I could totally see Eren like. What's that scene of the dude who's got all these like notes and like this?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
board? He's like,
Always Sunny.
Erwin, you don't
Yeah, that's
get
what
it.
it is.
You haven't seen the memories. Look,
Yeah.
look.
You don't understand. It's all connected.
I killed my mom with Bertolt
Now-
for this.
Yeah.
we know
All
how
connected.
things end. Does that mean that we foresee in this, hypothetical future here with Irvin surviving that there is going to be a battle between Irvin and Eren?
If this situation were to occur, I feel like Erwin is definitely the kind of guy to be like, I don't give a fuck. That's what's going on in your head, not my head, and that's not the world that I live in. If what you're saying is true, then it'll work out anyways.
Yeah.
But this is what I'm gonna do, and if you try to stop me, I will nuke you. I am the nuke.
I do think that Irwin would have a moment to question his own motivations, like question his own resolve, because
feel like,
before
yeah.
we've talked about this before,
100%.
but it was very much like the seller, and then when he finds out there's not really anything there, and there's a whole nother world out there, and that people are Titans, and that there's all this going on. I think there would be a moment where Irvin would really question his resolve. And
I agree.
maybe that moment of weakness, or Eren takes advantage of it and goes off on his own and
Maybe.
whatever.
I feel like I could see it all kind of playing out like that, where Erwin and Eren have their talk. Eren's like, hey, look, you're smart as fuck, and I know that you're not supposed to be here. Armin was supposed to be here. So this is everything that you need to know about what is going on with the founder and how I kissed Historia's hand. And
That's such an
and I feel like
interesting-
Erwin would still shut it down, and then that's right after he would tell Eren to leave. And Eren would get mad, throw a temper tantrum, and take off and go to Marley. And Eren would just probably sit there and be like, looking at all of this shit that Eren just dropped on him, and being like,
yeah,
let's take these pieces and let me sit with them for a bit, and then I'll go back to Eren.
That's an
and that's
interesting
I
Eren
love
just-
it because that now makes you think of like that would definitely happen. Like Eren would hold resentment on Irvin for being brought back over Armin, and then that means that Eren now is essentially more likely to go rogue earlier than he initially did.
I feel like Eren would also
Damn, that's a
have
good
to
point.
keep it in mind that now, in order for him to be defeated during the rumbling, he needs Erwin to deal that blow to him so Mikasa can land the finishing blow. So now he's probably Aaron's probably thinking, well, now I gotta figure out my future path of how to get Erwin in Marley to end me during the rumbling, and that would be Aaron's
so that
new
they
plan.
can be heroes or whatever.
Yeah, so I could make them all heroes.
Wow.
Side note, can you hand me the tissue box?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm just really congested.
Would you like another? Oh, you have two more.
Some ASMR for you freaks out there. Let's hear it.
No, I'm gonna hold my mic as far away as possible. Thank you.
Sticks it up in her nose.
All right. While Lexi does that, I do want to say thank you again so much for everybody who responded to that very loaded question. I understand it's a difficult assignment to give you guys, and you guys are limited with caps as well. But thank you everybody who responded to that awesome Q&A.
Talking about a press conference. Yeah. Next question.
There you go. And so now while Lexi does that, I also want to go ahead and do a very kind of quick recap. And the recap we need to understand is that there is a decision that needs to be made, a decision that Levi holds all the power to, and that is the decision on who to bring back, who to become this next Titan user, this next warrior for these island devils.
Need some spark fluid in that.
So now we understand that you have Eren, you have Mikasa who are fighting for Armin to get brought back, but then you have Flock who brings back Irvin's body, who is still somehow alive. You know, after going on that suicide charge, Flock is fighting for Irvin. Hanji is now there, restraining Mikasa, fighting for Irvin. Obviously, Levi knows where he wants to go. No problem. So it's such a difficult decision because you have the split family here. You know, nobody's gonna go ahead and be happy with whatever the result ends up being.
Family. That's a great analogy.
The thing though is that, like, so again, you have this side of the family, you have this side of the family. They all want different things, and it's such an emotional moment. You literally have your commander there on the brink of death, struggling to go ahead and just, you know, survive throughout this decision. And then you have Armin's burnt body there next to you, like, also struggling, also on the brink of death. You have, like, if anything, I don't even say minutes, like, you have such crucial seconds to decide this very important decision. So you can go ahead and debate all you want. What happens if they both just die? Great. We fucked up. We went ahead and we're trying to go ahead and decide which way to go. They both end up dying on our watch. No. Every second matters, which is why we have characters kind of going and doing uncharacteristic things. You have Mikasa literally being restrained from Hanji, like sobbing, screaming out. Usually she's so poised. She's so just
kind of
like
psychotic,
focused. Like, we've seen Eren go through his emotions, stuff like that, but Eren literally, he got bitch slapped by Levi, and now we're gonna see that Phlox can go ahead and get involved, right? Like,
I want Flock to get bitch slapped by Levi.
I know.
Like, it's crazy. Literally, we have, again, this whole moment is so important, and we're gonna go ahead and get to that moment, of course.
Yeah.
But just to go ahead and kind of give you guys again some context, Eren, Mikasa want Armin, Hanji, Flock, Levi, they want Irvin.
And me too.
And Levi holds the decision. Or does he? We'll find out.
Only God knows. Me, Eren.
Only Eren knows. Yeah. All right, so you guys ready?
Yep.
Ready as I'll ever be.
Let's get into it.
Here we go, guys. This is going to be our final breakdown of Season 3, Episode 18, Midnight Sun.
Popping halls.
Popping halls.
All right, here we go.
Popping halls too, Jacob?
Trying to get in the moment, and all of a sudden Zach's just Okay, guys.
I'm just in a silly goofy mood.
Real quick, I'm going to see if this is going to be the moment, because I do want to say something. I think it's the next moment. But, yeah. Okay, so here we go. As we reflect on this incredibly important and difficult decision, we continue with where we last left off. Hanji is explaining to an emotional, sobbing Mikasa.
Listen, Mikasa. There's people I want to bring back too. Hundreds at this point. Ever since I joined the Scouts, every day brought a new farewell.
We again witness Berthold's transformation into the Colossal Titan, as Hanji and Moblet are in too close proximity of the blast radius. As Hanji stares, Moblet screams out,
Hanji! Look out!
And in an instant, without any hesitation and any regard for his own life, Moblet shoves Hanji into a nearby well. The colossal transformation sends a wave of destruction, and as Hanji looks up, falling into this well, she sees Moblet for the last time, getting washed away in the storm of destruction. Rock remnants from the storm catch Hanji in the left eye, as we see her glasses shatter with blood splatter. The scene goes dark briefly. And then we return to Hanji, now awake and alert, only to witness an apocalyptic destruction surrounding her. Hanji now continues to tell Mikasa, as we continue to witness Hanji's recalling of events.
But you need to understand. Eventually, you'll have to let go of everyone you've ever met.
We return to present time on the rooftop.
I know that's tough to accept. It's tough for me too. It's hard to stay sane living like that. It hurts. It really hurts. I know. But even so, all of us just have to push forward.
Hanji holds and comforts Mikasa as Mikasa, in tears, looks up into the sky to remember. She remembers her and Eren and Armin as vibrant kids running through Shiganshina with no real care in the world. Mikasa then closes her eyes and accepts the harsh reality. Remember, the world is cruel. Levi now carries on with what he was about to do. Bring back the commander of the scouts. But Eren grabs onto Levi's ankle and pleads, "Captain, do you know about the sea? It's like a lake, but enormous. So big that it stretches past the horizon. And it's full of salty water. Armin told me." But then, an annoyed Flock interrupts Eren and grabs Eren's hand away from the captain.
Hey, stop making this harder.
Eren continues his plea as Captain Levi watches. "He told me there's a sea beyond the walls. He said that we'd go there together. Thing is, that's been our dream since we were kids. Only, I forgot it a long time ago. I want to avenge my mom. I want to butcher all the Titans. The only thoughts left in my head are full of hate. And Armin's lost as much as I have, but he just isn't like me. He cares about more than fighting." Levi lowers his head, processing everything. Then Levi stands up strong and announces, "Everyone, get out of here right now! I don't want Irvin to eat one of you instead of Bertold." Hanji responds as she continues to comfort Mikasa.
Right. Come on, Mikasa.
The realization now sets in for Jean as he somberly reacts.
Shit.
Jean begins to take off with Connie as Connie is carrying an injured Sasha. But before Connie leaves, Connie whispers,
Bye, Armin. We'll miss you.
Flock leaves while still restraining Eren, and as they leave, a heartbroken Eren reaches his hand out towards Armin. Eren recalls that moment with Armin. "All right then. Let's start by finding the sea. You'll see, it does exist." The memory fades as we see Captain Levi hiding in that corner, listening. All right.
Give me goosebumps.
More heavy topics.
Give me goosebumps with that Aaron line.
Also, sorry guys, I'm so congested I can't really hear myself. This is probably the weakest Hanji I've ever done.
No, it was good, Lexi. I will say
You're good.
It was good. Yeah, you're being very, very.
My Flock
critical.
I feel like
Voice.
it was just my voice.
That's such a Flock thing to do, you know.
I didn't do it on purpose, but it worked out.
No, it was very Flock. Like he wants to be tough, but he's like, guys.
But here's the thing, though. Okay, so we understand here. So we left off the last time we streamed with this very emotional moment with Hanji. Obviously, Hanji explains to us that when you're in this unfortunate business of being a scout, you're gonna always lose. You're gonna always.
Yeah.
I mean, you can just leave it at that because for so long, the scouts never won really anything.
Yeah.
You know, even when they went ahead and
Always came
ventured
back with
outside
so
the
many
walls,
casualties.
they always brought back less than what they left with.
Yeah.
And Hanji she's explaining to Mikasa that there are so many people that she wants to bring back, that she wishes that she could.
farewells.
And then the thing is, when you think about that, like, you got to think there's moments where Hanji probably reflects and thinks like, I could have done this, or I wish I would have done this, or I wish, even with Levi's standpoint, where like, I wish I never brought that person there, you know? And Hanji herself she's a section commander. She is this leading like scout. Yeah. And, you know, like, that's just a whole other element of it that has got to like wear and tear on you, because we've seen other leaders have to just deal and carrying and shouldering just this weight of death of all of these soldiers, whether they are incredibly talented, whether they are very fearful, whether they are not even supposed to be there to begin with. Regardless, they're gone.
You can clearly see it in the first episode too. Like, you could see the weight, because like you said, they had never really seen a win until obviously they had Eren with his Titan. But them coming back and just you coming back after knowing that you lost and just hearing the whole town just like blaming you. And like mothers coming to you being like, where's my son? I don't see him. And all you have to give her is his arm.
Exactly.
Like what kind of, like, the amount of weight that you have to carry. No wonder that Sodus was like, he's like, I can't deal with this. I'm out of here. I can't deal with it.
He literally forced himself into retirement because of just having to constantly, again,
all that from others and from yourself.
You know, we always get the kind of this symbolic kind of scene of like, we've seen it with Irvin, where he's standing on top of this mountain. But what is the mountain? It's a bunch of bodies of his comrades.
He just sent to their death.
And
you can't help but feel like responsible for it.
And then so in this case here, Hanji is reflecting and thinking about, in a lot of ways, you can say, her closest ally. Sacrificing himself. In literally,
her guardian angel, because she's looking up at him. What's crazy is when we were reading it, I was like, damn, it's like she's looking up at her guardian angel as their perception of heaven gets swept away. And now she wakes up to this hell that she's in. And I feel like poor Hanji's in hell until her final moments. And then that she finally,
and the first thing she sees
is her guardian angel.
I know. The first person to lift her up.
And then what she said too, oh dude, when she says, but you need to understand, eventually you'll have to let go of everyone you've ever met. And I feel like that line, now knowing how it ends, because it's directed at Mikasa, hits 10 times harder. Because I feel like this is one of those crucial moments where if she hadn't had this kind of interaction with Hanji, that last bit would have been, that last action would have been so much harder for her to do.
For sure. But we also understand that this is something that Eren himself even tells her. But what happens is that when Eren doesn't mean it, but like regardless of what they're saying here, they're saying it to try to just give them the strength to carry on when even they don't believe in themselves, because we understand Hanji herself obviously doesn't even believe this. But again, it's just the things you have to say to get people to go ahead and push forward. Right. And, no
one can really mentally prepare for loss like that. But you could try. You could help as much as you can.
But I very much like that analogy that Zach brought about just the whole kind of heaven and hell and stuff, you know, because of what you described with Hanji. Literally, the last thing she saw was just this kind of like saving grace of this person who just literally will go ahead and lay down his own life to go ahead and protect somebody that he respects so much, obviously in Hanji, and somebody that he has always protected throughout this entire process, whether it just be through kind of little goofs and little gags and stuff of just like, oh, you know, she's getting too close to a Titan. Oh my gosh, be careful. Hanji, do you not know what you're doing? You're risking your life. Or no. This is a matter of life and death here. This is, we talked about like, so in recapping, we're talking about precious seconds, right? That they have to go ahead and come to this decision. We're talking here. There is a transformation happening, a transformation of the most destructive Titan. You have literal seconds to react.
If that, you have a second to 2 seconds max.
And the thing is, without hesitation, without even
action.
It was like, just like his
natural instinct.
There was no thought. It was just move.
We've kind of speculated, like, did he have enough time to go ahead and maybe try to go ahead and grab onto Hanji, go ahead and fall into his well with, but instead of even risking and putting her life in danger, he goes and he just like
secures her life.
As long as she's okay,
that's what matters.
That's what's matters. It's the same thing even with like,
my job.
We understand that some of these scouts, we've seen it with Irvin himself, and even Levi, they see certain scout members as such important pieces of trying to claim any victory going forward. whether it be just their strategies, their brains, whether it just be their leadership, there's something about them that was like, man, you know what, this person needs to continue on in order for us to have any chance of any kind of victories going forward. And I know that with Mobile, he's seen so many qualities of Hanji, whether it just be reckless behavior, whether it be, just kind of like this crazy kind of just fascination with Titans. Like, other qualities he's seen of Hanji is just amazing leadership, just important like care for your own like subordinates.
Yeah, your own people.
Like, you're not this leader and you're just treating your subordinates like shit. No, she genuinely cares about them.
Their teammates.
Like, exactly, like
if
in a way.
If anyone knows Hanji, it's Mobile.
It's Mobile, and then again we use the word family, like in a weird way, this like they have become family through all of this trial and error, throughout all of this like death and so much loss and stuff. They've always had each other to kind of go ahead and just rally and be there for each other. And in this moment here, Mobile, I mean, again, just such selfless act here of him just securing Hanji's future, allowing Hanji to carry on and continuing to fight. And let's not forget, without Hanji, who knows if they're able to go ahead and deal with Reina?
Yeah.
Who knows how things would have changed?
True.
Hanji was able to go ahead and help with this, battle here over in Shiganshina, trying to go ahead and deal with Reina, trying to deal with Bertold. Like, that's just how it is.
With the Thunder Spears, and then her even just being like, okay, we need to do this, obviously with the hesitation with the Taekwondo.
Yeah.
And thankfully he perked up, but seeing the hesitation of like, dang, this is our comrade. I saw him as like my big brother, but he's actually our traitor, Yeah.
But I mean, again, I love that you brought that up, Zach, about how this guardian angel protects you in life, and then even in death, we see that Mobile was
right
always there, waiting for Hanji. And when Hanji's time was there, the first person to help her up was Mobile again.
Mobile.
Knows
that I've always been here, always been watching. And she seems like she was like, oh, like glad you guys are here or whatever. I forgot what she says, but she seems so like comfort, like so comforted to see him.
And another thing too that I recalled, and I remember when we talked about it like over a month or so ago, but it was a moment with Irvin when he talks to Levi and he talks about how like they're watching us, right?
Like, can you see them too?
And we see some of the characters that have, unfortunately passed on. That Mobile was in that group, and that was again another kind of weird foreshadowing. It's such a quick moment,
but Hanji's not, because Hanji's not there.
Yeah, Hanji wasn't there. So I remember that was such a kind of like, blink and you'll miss it moment.
Yeah,
for sure.
But that's why we have this podcast, man, because there's little details like that everywhere.
We keep going back for more
and stuff that we don't even notice too. Like, who was it that like brought up the whole like tubes underground?
Josh.
That's crazy.
Josh was the one to go ahead and bring that up. And when I actually saw it and we talked about it and we saw it, it was an incredible detail.
Holy crap.
But again, it's so quick.
Can you miss it?
Yeah, you literally will miss it. But great point here too. I like even what Jacob is saying too. Like, Levi continues to push forward for all of his, allies, all of his close comrades that he has lost. And we understand Levi has lost so much.
Squad, it's just for Petra.
Just for Petra.
Hearing Hanji explain like loss and how frequent it is to Mikasa is gut wrenching.
Yeah,
horrible.
And I feel like that's why.
Oh my god, man! Always has to pee, man.
Oh, tangled up, brother. That could have been catastrophic.
I don't have a mic stand up, so I don't have a gate for you to open.
I know you have free. You're a free roam AJ today.
I know. Yeah, we free roamed him today.
Yeah, no, but that's why
he's been a good boy this week.
It's a very like decent house because she gets pushed down into a well. She falls on the ground. She basically gets buried alive, and then she comes up and congrats. You're commander now.
Yeah, now you're commander. Because look, now we have this big old decision to make.
And everyone that was under you is dead. So you got some new friends. But it's just like she goes through so much bullshit after she gets out of that well. Yeah. And I feel like that's her own little personal hell. And
because right after she gets out, they're like, okay, Reina, take care of him.
First fucking thing, you get a big old fucking armor titan on your ass. And then you're like, oh,
and
by
then
the way.
cart titan
Yeah. Oh my God.
comes by and snatches up and you're like, fuck.
And you're like, we missed that chance. And then you go over and you're just like, oh, by the way, our commander's dead.
Yeah.
And so is Airman. And everyone's kind of mad at each other right now.
Yeah.
So.
Because we didn't really mention this a whole lot last episode that we covered it, but like, because you could see like when Connie comes up and Jean and they're like,
Knock her phone down.
John and Jean come up and they're like,
Dropped it today.
and they're like, oh crap, like this is what's going on.
Yeah,
while we're
'cause
in like the
We got
midst of it.
separated for 20 minutes and we're coming back and everyone's fucking dead.
Yeah, and suddenly Armin is
A bacon bit.
a bacon
and
bit.
Erwin's
And-
got a hole in his stomach and he's almost a
and
donut.
Irvin's a donut. So like, what is going on?
and then even after that, I feel like Hanji just deals with more shit after more shit after. She gets a moment
And the pressure
of peace.
of like, oh yeah, you're commander.
Yeah, she gets a moment of peace, and even then, that peace when Aaron makes his way over to Marley is automatically disrupted.
Yeah.
And it's just like she finally gets her moment, and she's like, you know what? I'll sacrifice myself for you guys because I'm sick of this hell. I'm gonna go and I'm over it. She ends her hell, and
Even after I think she like tells Levi something along the lines of like, let me have this.
I
Like-
know.
Like, let me go out
She's
in the
like-
Blades of Glory, please.
yeah, I think she does. I think she does say Blaze of Glory, and that's, and she definitely does.
And even Levi,
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly what happens in that scene, but he was like, yeah, sure, here's your salute.
Come back in
I
like
know I'm not going to stop you
4 or
from
5
doing
months,
this.
we'll be on it. 4 or 5 months, we'll be there. We'll be going over it.
But yeah, she doesn't get time to mourn
Not at all.
Moblet. And she doesn't, no one gets time to mourn at all. That's why she's explaining this to Mikasa. Like, you have to say your farewells eventually. You're going to have to say goodbye.
Yeah.
Which, okay, this is going to take a really morbid turn, but it's been showing up a lot on my social medias recently of this person that said this, and everyone's been talking about it because they're like, dang, that is actually a horrible realization, is that with siblings,
Oh, I think.
yeah, is that with siblings, there's always going to be one that watches everyone die. There's going to be one that has everyone at their funeral, and there's going to be one that has none of their siblings at their funeral. And that is so sad.
I don't think you understand. I'm already tearing up. I bawled my eyes out when I first got that on my social media, and I was like, fuck.
Because I literally read it and I was like, oh my God. Because we have multiple siblings. We are children of 3 siblings. So that's, Zach, don't start.
I'm trying not to. Sorry, I'm fighting it.
I didn't, sorry. I know the moment I started saying it, I was like, this is going to take such a sad turn. But it's,
I love my kids. I fucking
it's
love
real.
my kids. I love my fucking kids.
it's real.
It's real.
Okay, good now.
Yeah.
So sad.
But like Lexi had mentioned, there's no time to mourn. Hanji wakes up. She realizes that, look, the mission is still there. I have to continue.
Yeah.
Right? And you're right, Jacob. Nobody mourned Flock. Nobody did.
No.
But he wasn't the only one. There's so many.
But,
Oh, boo. No, I'll be at yours,
you
Jacob.
know,
Don't worry.
whatever.
But here's the thing: is that so like obviously Hanji played a big part, like I mentioned about the mission continuing, and now Hanji's at a point where she's trying to comfort Mikasa, and then we see Mikasa really kind of also accept it, right? We see Mikasa was literally willing to go ahead and fucking beat the shit out of Flock because Flock was like trying to step up to her. Last time we talked about this episode, she literally
as intimidating as Hanji,
like Mikasa
though.
literally like growled at Flock.
Yeah.
Like, don't fucking try me.
She's like
you know?
feral.
But now here we're at a point where like Mikasa literally like looks up into the sky, and we see that what she is thinking about, you know. And it's them as kids. And I think if I remember correctly, there was a point where didn't she mention before they went off that she just wants them to go be back at home again and just wants them to just
Yeah, miss being like those innocent kids again.
Yeah, she just
daydreaming
wants things to go back to
let's
how
go
they
outside
were.
the walls.
You know, which we understand that unfortunately was never going to be the case, even when they reclaim their home, because things have changed so much. But she has accepted it, and Aaron is doing his best to try to go ahead and convince Levi.
I think he could still be convinced, or maybe he's just like reliving his favorite memories.
I think one of my favorite scenes too is when it fades to Levi eavesdropping on their conversation.
Yeah.
That's when it solidified for me. That's when I was like, okay, we're okay.
Yeah.
Well, can you imagine if Levi wasn't there in that moment?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think you 100%.
He recognizes
that one instance probably is what faltered him, and he was like, I'm gonna save Armin.
Because then he could
instead.
recognize, Armin's resolve.
Yeah.
That helped him, for the decision. Also, Irvin smacking the...
Yeah, and not only Armin's resolve, but how much of a grip Armin has on Aaron.
Yeah, that too.
And I'm sure Levi's
That's
thinking, how the fuck are we going to keep this fucking kid in line?
Yeah.
How are we going to fucking keep him from
He needs
going AWOL?
his Armin and his Mikasa.
That's the thing is that even Aaron himself, he says, like, look, like, he goes, like, the thoughts left in my head are just so full of hate. Armin has lost as much as I have, but he's not like that. Like, he cares about more than just fighting.
Yeah.
And
Armin's
not a fighter.
Armin's lost everyone and everything except for Aaron and Mikasa.
Yeah.
He's arguably lost. He arguably at this point in the story has lost
Armin's
the
been
most.
through it.
And then you see the kind of still the hopefulness that Armin has.
I know, and he's still like this.
He's still got that glimmer in his eye, no matter what.
Yeah.
Even after, the government killed his parents, and then his grandpa died. And then,
Who does that sound similar to? Erwin. His government killed his parents.
Yeah.
And I feel like that also, because Levi does know that, right? So I'm sure Levi's probably thinking, a young Erwin in the making.
Yeah.
And he can keep Aaron in line.
These canon events have been happening to him too.
Yeah. Kidding, huh? But
It's just from another multiverse.
The government's been ruining his life too.
All the birds are cameras.
Oh, that's rightfully so, though. That makes sense, though, Jacob. Nobody mourned Aaron except Mikasa.
Dude, he killed 80% of humanity.
Yeah,
we mourned him.
He
We
kind of
mourned him.
was a genocidal maniac, so that makes sense. How did Armin go from burnt toast to him being normal with a mere revive?
One word, revive.
Yeah, because it's,
it's the power of becoming a Titan warrior, my friend. Look
You
at
gotta
what
heal.
Rhina has gone through. Rhina has gone through many different variations of brink of death.
Yeah, true.
And he
What
comes
Zeke's
back.
gone
And somehow transferring
Zeke-
consciousness.
He's got a blade in his eye socket.
What a cheat code.
Yeah, it's true. Literally,
through that.
like anybody who gets fucked up as a person.
Aaron got his head quite literally shot off at one point.
Aaron got beheaded and
Aaron
still
got
didn't
beheaded
die.
and still fucking killed 80% of humanity.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, we mourned him. No one else in
Yeah.
that universe needs to mourn except
But that's
us.
understandable that no one else mourned Aaron because he was literally the
Well,
world's villain.
I mean, yeah, there was more than Mikasa and Armin. You have to understand. I feel like definitely like Jean, Connie.
Probably Historia a little bit.
Yeah, Rhina maybe a little
because
bit.
that's her baby daddy.
Yeah. Yeah, real shit.
Facts.
Sorry, kid, your dad's dead. He killed 80% of humanity and
They're like-
died.
Those eyebrows, man.
farmer.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
That's not where
No
your
one-
eyes came from, and those
I know.
eyebrows are from your grandmother.
I know. No one's got eyebrows strong like that unless you're a Jaeger. No one's got those eyebrows.
Historia will never realize that
We don't
those
know
are Carla's
Carla.
eyes.
We don't know Carla's maiden name, huh? Dang.
No.
No.
Because those are the eyes. Those are the eyebrows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, she'll never know. She'll never know that those eyes are
Strong
Jaeger
genes.
eyes.
Yeah.
Strong genes for sure.
She's got some very strong genes. Good job, Carla.
100%.
Yeah, shout out Carla.
You have a legacy of eyebrows. Good job.
The whole world likes your eyebrows.
I know. Very
So-
prominent.
Now at this point, Levi has made his decision. He's made up his mind. He's telling everybody to get the hell out of there. We don't need anybody else to get eaten while Irvin becomes a Titan, right?
Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Gets revived.
I mean-
oh God, we lost Connie.
Anybody come on, like Flock. Like he'd be the guy to go ahead. I mean, what do they say when you go
in the
ahead
way.
and you like as a bull you see red? I mean, the guy's got he's got red hair.
Yeah, he's
like, right there, boom.
kind of like fire.
there you go.
Got a little bit of a salmon tint to it.
Yeah.
No, so at this point, as
Dang,
everybody,
that'd be a whole nother element of loss.
red.
That's just
red.
you're like, oh
Blood
yes,
red.
we revived this person. Let's feed him to Bertolt. Why is he grabbing Sasha? Like that would suck.
Yeah, that would suck.
Whole
But now-
nother way to mourn.
As everybody is leaving and saying their goodbyes, the mindset is that they're all preparing to say goodbye to Armin.
Even Connie.
Yeah.
Yeah, Connie said bye too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all
Bye,
trying
Armin.
to come to terms
We'll
with the
miss
fact
you.
that Armin is gone or gonna be gone.
And then like
Sucks.
even again, Aaron continues to go ahead. It's like Zach mentioned, like the hold that Armin has on Aaron. Like as Aaron is literally reaching his hand out to Armin, we get that moment again of him like literally saying like, "We'll find the sea. Like you'll see, it does exist." Again, that kind of hopefulness, right?
Yeah.
How many times do we really see Aaron in the eyesight of his comrades like grovel?
Yeah.
Like rarely
never.
ever.
Yeah.
Never.
Like, this is probably him at his like most fragile point to Levi, and I'm sure
He's
Levi.
like most vulnerable.
Yeah, he's like fuck. He's like, this kid's always had like fire in his eyes,
Yeah.
and he's bawling his eyes out like a little baby.
Onto my ankles. Talking
I know.
About the
He's
sea.
ankle biting me, talking about salt water.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
fuck is salt water?
Cool. A giant lake with salt
The fact
water.
that Levi
Cool.
has no idea what the hell he's talking about too
know.
is kind of
A
an
sea of
interesting.
fire. What the fuck are you on, dude?
I know.
It's like a lake but larger. What the
know.
hell?
You know how absolutely like
Oceans of
crazy
sand?
that has to be? Like if you have no idea, like being Levi, you have no clue what the sea is.
Yeah.
It's like, have you heard about it? It's a lake, but like, do you know how crazy that's? What is this?
It's a lake.
toothless dude saying to me right now?
Like, dude, imagine like, it's a lake that stretches across the whole world.
And you're like, what?
The whole world.
He's losing it.
He's like, you mean our island?
Yeah.
You don't get it. You don't get it.
It's salty.
Literally, you don't understand it.
You have to distill it. You don't.
Yeah. It's like, what is this dude?
You need a Brita
talking
filter.
about?
You need a Brita filter.
This dude's losing it.
What the fuck?
Bungie, can you like knock him out or something? He's losing it.
But yeah, so
Fuck, I'll do it.
so now there's only one person left over on this rooftop,
Two.
with exception
Well, technically,
of
there's four.
what the XA with the you're right.
There's four with heartbeats.
So
know.
there's an important person here left on the rooftop that is
Important.
making a very important decision.
Yeah.
So I think whenever Lexi's ready, we can go ahead and
My turn.
jump into it.
I never get a turn.
All right. Whew. Here we go, guys.
Okay.
Captain Levi, with pain in his eyes, carries out this difficult mission. We see Levi dragging Bertold's handicapped body to the edge of the roof, preparing him to be eaten. Levi recalls a moment with Commander Irvin as we hear Levi asking,
If this dream of yours comes true, what will you do then?
then Irvin responds,
I don't know, and I won't. Not until it happens.
and Levi recalls the moment before Commander Irvin will lead the scouts on their suicide charge. An uncharacteristic Irvin says with sadness,
I just wanted to reach that cellar.
now we return to present time as Levi sets Bertold down.
Good grief. They're all the same. Whining like brats about this dream or that.
Levi now recalls the moment before Kenny's death.
All of us had to spend our lives drunk on something. Else we'd have no cause to keep pushing on. Everyone was a slave to something.
Then Levi crouches down beside Irvin's body. We see Armin's burnt body as we hear Armin's hopefulness.
There's more out there, though. The sea.
Levi stares at Armin's body as he begins to inject Irvin. Except Irvin swipes Levi's hand away? As Irvin swipes, we get a very quick reminder of Irvin's father. A shocked Levi asks,
Did you just...
Irvin, on the brink of death, manages to respond.
Excuse me, but how can we be so sure that there aren't other humans living somewhere far away from the walls?
Levi just stares at Irvin, astonished. Levi recalls his words to Irvin.
Give up on your dream and charge to your death. Lead those crying children straight to hell.
Levi recalls Kenny's words.
We humans, we're all the same. Every last one of us.
And Levi recalls his promise.
I'll reach the Beast Titan and tear him apart.
Irvin peacefully smiles and says,
Thank you. I needed that.
Levi thinks of Armin's hopeful smile and Irvin entrusting him with making the right decision by giving him the case with the injection. Levi stares at Commander Irvin, then releases a sigh as he breathes out. The next thing we see is Bertold waking up to a pure Titan reaching out towards him. This pure Titan resembles a familiar character sporting a blonde mop top. Bertold screams out in horror as he's in the Titan's hand. The Titan slowly brings Bertold closer to its mouth. And as Bertold screams out, he notices something. Bertold notices a group watching. Aaron and Mikasa, Jean, with Connie carrying Sasha. Bertold begs and screams out,
Guys, please help me!
The Titan places Bertold inside of the mouth.
Eddie! Rhino!
The Titan chomps down and blood erupts, ending Bertold's screams. Flock, watching from a different rooftop with Hanji, Levi, and Irvin's body, says,
I don't get it. Captain, why?
Levi responds with a question to Flock as they stare at Irvin's body.
Do you think you can forgive him someday? He became a devil because he had to. We were the ones who put him up to it. And in the end, we'd finally been set free from this hell. We were about to bring him back for more, but I think it's time we let him rest.
Armin's pure Titan collapses to the ground, releasing steam. We return to Levi as Hanji examines Irvin's body.
Irvin, I told you I would kill the Beast Titan, but that'll have to wait.
Hanji looks into Irvin's eyes and says with regret, he's already dead. Levi, holding in the pain, reacts.
Oh.
Armin's new body rises from the Titan's corpse as Aaron, Mikasa, Jean, and Connie gather. Mikasa holds Armin, showing the Titan marks on his face. Aaron screams out to Armin, trying to wake him. Armin is back. To be continued.
Hell yeah.
My boy's back.
Okay.
Oh, what a terrible
Damn.
day for rain.
You see those abs on him? God damn.
I know.
Armin.
What the heck, Armin? What have you been doing? Why are you built
It's
like
like that
that?
Spider-Man transformation.
I know. You
Literally.
become a Titan user and suddenly you're ripped.
I know, literally, this Spider-Man shit where he's just Toby's or like,
Oh,
I was like, whoa.
I'll get injected for some abs.
I know.
Some cool powers.
the super soldier serum.
That's
Yeah.
Like Chris Evans
Yeah.
comes out, he's just like fucking full on, just like.
I mean, technically you can get injected for some abs. It's just called Tren.
Yeah.
It's just steroids.
Yeah, just steroids.
Technically
just
you can.
one cycle won't hurt.
Yeah. Just one cycle, right?
No, but then you start going bald and your pee gets smaller.
I'm already
Yeah.
gonna go bald anyways, apparently.
You accepted it?
You guys
What?
won't let me live it down. Can't grow facial
Fuck
hair.
it, you might as well
Hey,
get on
I'm gonna lose my
steroids.
hair.
then.
We're just what Hanji did to Mikasa,
bro.
we're doing to you.
Just juice
You
up.
just have to say farewell to everything eventually, man. Enjoy the hair while it lasts.
Man, I'm gonna get so swole.
Okay, bro, juice up. That's what it is.
Okay,
man.
you could just be this big buff
You lose
bald
the hair
man.
regardless.
Just be like this like cartoon bouncer.
Be
Just
like
a big buff bald guy.
What's his name from and shout out Jopa again, but from Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh,
Brotherhood.
Armstrong?
Yeah, you could be and just grow a mustache.
I love him, bro.
Eventually grow a mustache.
Speaking of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, that's why I mentioned it's a terrible day for rain. Made me think of Roy Mustang. Levi and Roy Mustang are like two peas in a pod
Yeah,
for me.
they are pretty similar. They have
'Cause-
similar demeanors.
Mustang loses Mayhews.
Yeah,
Damn.
that's sad.
What a terrible day for rain.
Okay, I know I gave you a lot of flack for you peeing, but I'm gonna do the same.
Go ahead. Do your thing, Lex.
And probably blow my nose too.
For once, I think I'll be able to hold it.
Because it was so sad.
There you go. Very, very sad. But yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll talk about this now. We'll go ahead and we'll get into this discussion here with this
sad.
this story-altering decision.
He said I'll be the rock.
Zach will be the Rock. Yes.
Can you smell what the rock is cooking?
Or you can be Stone Cold. You can literally be either one of those.
Nah, I like the rock, but the rock's like, shut up, bitch.
Shut up, bitch. Yeah. But so, kind of now talking about the story here, I mean, Levi has a whole lot of stuff going through his mind as we see him reflecting on a lot of different moments. We see him reflecting on responses that Irvin himself gives him, right? We talk about
literally swats this man's hand away.
So the thing is that like Levi is trying to recall very crucial quotes, right?
Oh, dude, they're the perfect quotes. They're so well written.
Yeah, I mean the thing, I mean they're very well written, but also he understands here that, and I think it's something that even Josh alluded to when it comes to Irvin and his motivation going forward. How do you survive? But he comes to realize that Irvin he's exhausted every bit of his will, you know, his desire to continue to fight. Like we understand that he literally, the
facade stayed on, and no one. Levi barely figured out that this man was just fucking tired.
Yeah.
And it really took Erwin being like, fuck off. Let me die to be like, fine, and we'll let you go.
And again, for him to go ahead and just be this face, but in reality, he is now this kind of like shell of himself, you know? It's kind of sad to see, but again, like everybody gets to their breaking point. We understand, especially as a commander, because there's been so many commanders where we can imagine, at least we saw with Sadis, that they get to the breaking point, they just quit. They just give up. At least with Irvin, he wanted to go and have that kind of warrior, that soldier's death, you know? And
what's crazy, it's kind of touched back on what we were talking about earlier with me and Lex talking about Hanji.
Yeah.
Like there's a huge reflection with that with Hanji too, where Levi's like, you go and then I'll stay back and protect us. And Hanji's like, let me go out in my blaze of glory. Yeah. Like, just let me have my moment. Let it end for me. Like, that's why I'm like, she's woke up into her own personal health. She's now commander. And just like Erwin was tired. Erwin literally looked at Levi and was like, no, I'm tired. I want to go to bed. And Hanji does the same thing where she deals with it for a couple years and she's like, I'm tired.
Yeah.
Like I'm tired, Levi. Like we're in a good spot. We're in good hands. It's my time to go now too. So the reflection is just insane. Levi just keeps trying to save everybody and they're just like, no, we want to die.
Well, Levi keeps trying to go and convince himself that like Irvin needs to be brought back, but everything that he's recalling in his head is telling him otherwise. You know, we talk about how with Irvin, I mean, Irvin himself, like he doesn't understand what he wants to do because literally the question is
after
like,
the cellar,
like what will you do then? He goes, I don't know. And then
I won't know
literally
until it happens.
Exactly. And then like we see this kind of sadness, this like melancholic tone of him, like moments before he's gonna go on this charge where he's like,
I just wanted to know what was in that cellar.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then every time he goes and he recalls Armin, he sees this glimmer of hope.
He sees passion. He sees a future sight.
Yeah.
Like this is probably one of the first times where Levi's been like, I don't see any future sight from Erwin after this. This is where it's Irwin's end.
Yeah.
Like Erwin doesn't even see a future for himself.
After
But Armin,
the cellar, what happens? What's the resolve?
But Armin knows exactly what he wants to do once parody is said and done.
Yeah.
He wants more than just parody. Armin wants the world. His ambition has now reached a much higher scale than Erwin's has or has ever been.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I think that's what's important about Kenny's quotes here, talking about how everybody's drunk on something and there's no cause to keep pushing on, right? The thing with we understand with Irvin, like for him, his cause, his motivation, he's a slave to finding out the truth with his father, right?
He's a slave to the truth. He's a slave to knowledge.
Redemption.
And then whereas you mentioned with Armin is that for him, like what pushes Armin to continue on is just like literally like seeing the world, right?
Yeah.
And like we understand here when you kind of understand like both characters and what they are slaves to, like literally it's like, oh shit, like Irvin is running on his expiration date here.
Yeah.
We're getting to whatever his cause is. We're like with Armin, there's still so much that we need to go ahead
cause is a lot more sustainable.
Irwin's in his final chapter and Armin's still only halfway through his book.
And seeing what Armin has been able to do being so young, like in such a short amount of time, it was a no-brainer for me and AJ when we were watching it for the first time.
We were literally screaming over at the TV. But the thing is like,
bring back Armin!
I remember too, there's a moment here, when Aaron himself was like explaining about the reason why they're here is because of Armin. Everything that Armin has done. And then we're both like, exactly! Exactly!
I know.
Listen to him and stuff, you know?
Screaming at the TV.
But the thing is, it's so true. And it's like what Lexi just mentioned, like Armin is so young. considering all the other leaders, right? All the other decision
His
makers,
potential is crazy.
right? Like,
oh yeah.
they got to this point
Because
in
of a
large
child.
part because of Armin and his strategy and
Yeah.
his, trying to avoid
Beautiful
any
brain.
kind of, potential,
Yeah.
altercation with
Yeah.
having to go ahead and deal with combat and stuff like that. No.
Yeah.
Like Armin wants to go ahead and try to be very smart with
Limit
with his
confrontation,
strategies.
limit violence,
I would argue
and still,
if Eren is humanity's last hope, Armin is Eren's last hope.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, we
Without
kind
a
of
doubt.
we've
That's his
we
driving
have-
force.
We've referenced kind of Armin as that kind of Jiminy Cricket role, or with
definitely.
obviously,
He totally is.
like that's just how it
That's
is.
a fact.
So I have a question for you guys as well.
Pinocchio's dead without Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah,
Oh,
100%.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
so sorry.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
was the question?
That's a question, right?
Intrusive thoughts one.
Yeah.
So Erwin's a slave to redemption.
Well, he
No, he
technically,
does have a
technically is.
sleeve.
he's a slave to a sleeve.
Technically is a
He
slave.
does have a sleeve.
So Erwin's
He
Erwin's
is
a
indeed a
slave to
slave.
redemption. Eren is a slave to freedom, and Mika's is a slave to love. What do you guys think Armin is a slave to?
No, that's a great. I think with Armin,
World.
I would say
The world.
I would
He
argue
is
that
a
Armin is
slave.
the only one that isn't a slave to anything.
if anything, the first thing that came to my
Armin's
mind would just be
pretty
like humanity, but only
I would
because
argue-
I think that he's
Peace.
just.
I think he's a slave to peace.
Yeah, I mean, it's so
I would say
Knowledge.
I'd say he's a slave. He's a slave to Eren.
Okay.
And once Eren,
I would say Mikas is a slave to Eren, but
yeah, no, I just feel like it's more of like a kin type thing.
yeah, more in like a big picture.
Yeah, like wherever Eren goes, Armin follows
Yeah.
without fail. And like even
is Jiminy
even
Cricket.
Yeah, exactly. And even Armin talks about it when he's with Zeke in the paths. He's like, this leaf. I saw this leaf and I thought maybe my passion, my dream, my purpose is just to follow them up this hill.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not a slave to anything because he talks about he constantly is finding new things that maybe this is my passion, maybe this is my purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like if anything, he's a slave to purpose.
Mm-hmm.
But his purpose is constantly shifting for him,
yeah.
so he's truly free. And that's what Eren always wanted.
And that's damn, that's a deep
good.
thinker there.
Thank
for
you.
Sure,
Someone clip that for me because
Hey.
I'm never gonna be able to think
Yeah.
of that again.
That
here's
was
the thing, though.
Zach's big one.
That was a one time. That was my last brain.
That was Zach's big one
That
of
was
the
my
week.
2 brain cells of Kid the Sloth and then Ed from
Yeah.
Ed and Eddie working together.
That's his big one of the month.
Yeah, but I think when it comes to Armin, he thinks very critically about every single kind of direction, every single kind of step and everything. But what he thinks about is not just him. He thinks constantly of
Everyone around him.
the whole kind of just the whole landscape of
Community.
everything.
So our Q&A question this week is going to be, what are you a slave to?
There we go.
Money.
Nick T. Yeah.
Drugs.
Drugs,
Alcohol.
money, fame,
Sex.
booze.
And then you'll have like me saying One Piece.
I know, One
No,
Piece.
One Piece.
I'm like, a 3x3 with a fry light.
I'm a slave.
I'm a slave to an In-N-Out order.
by a 4x4.
I'm a slave to John Taffer.
Yeah.
I'm a slave to Willem Dafoe.
Slave to Attack the Talk. We're a slave to Attack on Titan.
Honestly, literally.
I'm a slave to Eiichiro Oda.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. This is basically our church.
Yep.
Every Sunday we gather
Sunday,
and we
gather.
rejoice
We
of
gather,
the
we
great
sing,
writing of
we listen
Attack
to
on Titan.
psalms
We talk about
as we
scripture.
talk
We
about
listen
as we
to the
talk
great
about the
worship
word of Aaron,
songs.
the word of God.
This is our church,
Our
basically.
church.
You know what?
Our religion is Attack
You
the
know
Talk.
what? Those religious nuts in parody were onto something.
I know.
They were
You
onto
know what?
something.
I might have been in there. If I didn't have to wear such an ugly robe, I might have been in there.
All praise Aaron. All praise Aaron.
With the Jaegerist. You know what? Maybe the Jaegerist had something. Maybe they were just bored.
Maybe
What if,
we're
like,
all just
We're all
Jaegerists.
subliminally like just Jaegerists to like Isayama's like literally it's
Yeah,
just
we're
what it is.
Isayamaists.
We're Isaists.
Yeah, so but yeah, continuing on. So again, Levi's got a whole lot of stuff happening over in his mind right now. He's recalling a lot of important moments, and he's like thinking about again, kind of motivations and in these characters. If they bring him back, are they going to go ahead and continue to fight? But his mind is set again. As I mentioned, Levi is trying to go ahead and force himself to pretty much like get to that mindset that like it doesn't matter whatever happens, doesn't matter. He's the commander. He needs to be brought back.
Yeah.
But the commander himself literally
As Hanji said,
swipes.
symbol of hope.
Yeah, I mean, he is described as that literally with so many other, like even just the reason why they went on this suicide charge is because who was leading them?
Yeah.
The commander.
Who else would convince you to literally charge to your death?
Like, yeah, no one else.
Irvin
Their
Smith.
military hierarchy just did a full fucking flip upside down.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah, no, their whole military hierarchy just did a flip, and Levi, someone who's very prone to following orders, very much not keen on making his own orders, has to finally make his own decision. And Erwin's like, "You fucked up your last
I
test,
know.
bro.
You know what? No.
You ruined your last test. Bring the new kid back."
Still had some kind of lung capacity to still like say a few words.
He
and
still
then-
had a lung.
Yeah.
I know.
He had one quantity lung.
But what do we see when the moment that Irvin swipes? It's a quick little boom moment of like Irvin being in that classroom with his father.
Yes, yeah.
You know, being the teacher.
Yeah.
You know, like at that moment, that
He's like
for me,
gave up that resolve.
talk about peace. Like that is him just like being at peace there. You know.
Yeah.
I feel like he finally came to the conclusion. Like he was like, "My time is up," and I feel like I'm sure somewhere deep down in Erwin's mind, he was like, instead of spending my life chasing this, I should have just enjoyed the time that I had had with my father and put more prize into that rather than finding answers.
Yeah.
You're a slave to your beard is what is what Jacob's saying.
It is such a nice beard.
I think you guys are a slave to AJ's beard.
You guys are a slave to-
You guys
yeah,
love his
100%.
facial hair.
My beard. Yeah.
it disappears one week and they're like, "Who is this man? Who is he? He's not our host."
You shave and then you suddenly get like 5 years younger and then
Yeah.
AJ turns 21 again.
I know. This man's
but-
old.
Getting there.
But
Yeah,
not a young man anymore.
But yeah, I agree. I think that Irvin was like, you know what? He looked back at it and he was like, it's not that deep.
Honestly,
How?
It was
fuck
like,
this government
I
anyway.
know.
what's
You know what?
important?
Don't bring me back in this hell. Just let me die, dude.
You want me to keep working for the guys that killed my dad?
I know.
Just let me
How
go to
important
bed.
though is this quote here? Because it's something that I feel like I just absolutely glossed over. This man literally, like before he dies, says like, "How can we be sure that there aren't other humans living somewhere far away from the walls?"
Yeah, like those are
Why
his
is
last
that like
words.
that?
That's
Literally
crazy.
is such an important quote.
We have to
Why-
realize this motherfucker's probably been listening to all of them yelling at each
Yeah.
other for the last 5 minutes. He's
The
probably
whole
like,
time he's like, think big picture. It's
I know.
not just us.
I'm sure if Levi had the lung capacity, if he had that second lung, he'd be like, "Levi,
I know.
quit being stupid.
You know, he'd be like, can you guys
There's
shut
an
the hell up?
ocean. Did you not hear them? There's an ocean out there.
I know.
Go cross it."
Yeah, he probably in that moment realized the seller is
23 years of age.
23 years of age.
Mm-hmm.
In that moment, he probably realized, like, dang, the seller is a
Meaningless,
speck
yeah.
in the
It's
terms
quite
of
literally
everything.
a grain of sand in the beach that is life.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh, Zach,
two in
Zach
one
had
month.
another big one.
That's two in
Zach
one
had
month.
another one.
Clip it.
Give him his flowers. He had another big one. Wow.
I like roadies.
Wow, we're really not going to have a good episode next week then. He's going to be so brain dead.
I was gonna be.
Just random SpongeBob references.
I wumbo, you wumbo.
Heisa said he's younger than all.
You had it set to mini.
Oh, okay.
You should have had it set to W for wumbo.
So I understand why Jaeger is. You still have a lot of growing up to do.
Yeah, that's that's what it is. That was good.
I'm kidding. I'm
Mike?
kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah, that was good.
With peace and love.
AJ had another big one. AJ did a big one.
With peace and love.
I don't have one, guys.
Zing!
My big one was making everyone sad. with that sibling thing.
The big one is
I know. The big one was just blowing my nose.
all right. So the moment that literally Irvin himself swipes freaking Levi's hand away, right? It happens. There it is. It happens every single podcast episode. Pretty much.
We're literally at the end.
You're getting to a good streak of not
You know
doing
what?
that.
I
You know
know.
what, Lex?
Back to your old habits.
That's not fair that you threw it.
I know.
There you go.
That was on purpose.
Very cool.
On porpoise.
On purpose. Dang it. I was doing so good. I hadn't dropped it in a minute.
It's been a while.
It has. It's been a while.
You know what? You need to hear this too.
I know. You should hear this too. That was so funny. Have you seen that Pedro Pascal clip of
on
him
Hot
on
Ones.
Hot Ones? You know how they have multiple cameras?
Yes.
He's like explaining to the host. I forget his name, but he's explaining.
Sean Evans.
Sean. Okay. Sean Evans.
That's daddy right
He's
there.
explaining to the host. He's explaining to Sean Evans about like some like life story, and there's a camera right here, obviously like getting Sean as well, and like the camera where mine is getting Pedro. And he's like talking, he's like, yeah, you know, this whole big life thing, you should know this too. And he just starts talking to the other camera.
To give you guys some, it's literally, you should hear this too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's literally what he does. You should hear this too.
I don't know how blurred I was, but I was probably
No,
super
it came out really good.
Did it
actually.
really?
It actually came out really good.
It's because of this guy right here.
Yeah.
Get all up in
And I think I'm only a little out of focus. Oh no.
A little bit. You're out of focus.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go. There we go.
Oh yeah, I'm good now.
Quit looking away. When you look
Oh my
away,
God,
it blurs.
that's the most like successful clip.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of us.
Wait, Jacob's asking
It's like
how
we're
work went.
professionals.
Work went really well. Thank you so much, Jacob, for asking. It was very, very tiring, but everything went according to plan. This is all we can
Everything
hope for.
goes according
I will
to
say-
plan.
Traveling there was a little sketch. Flight over from here, obviously over in California, to Dallas, and then it was a short flight from Dallas to Houston. But that short flight from Dallas to Houston wasn't very short because of weather delays. And next thing you know, hour and a half over on the plane, waiting for us just to go ahead and depart. And then when we did, it was very, very rocky. A lot of turbulence. And,
Because the mountains you were flying over.
yeah. Can you imagine if I got real close to those mountains?
Rocky Mountains, Colorado.
Hey,
3 for 3.
And then I was so
you've had enough
happy.
big ones.
And then I was so happy to go ahead and get back home. And in a matter of days, I found myself in a car accident. So
I know. Yeah.
on the freeway.
Who am I jumping?
No,
Did you get their license plate number?
Well, it was.
You got their license?
It was a 6-car
we
accident.
don't have to go ahead and get into it. All
so
information.
5
Pretty
cars
much-
worth of people? That'll be fun.
Yeah, pretty much it was just like a little bang, bang, bang reaction and stuff. And whoever was the final car over in that freaking crazy little, 6-car thing, just took off. Like, nope.
Probably barely any damage.
Do you have any boo-boos?
No, I'm fine, bro.
Any boo-boos?
I do have a Cairo. We have Cairo tomorrow, right?
Oh, we do.
Yeah.
We do have a chiropractor appointment tomorrow.
Yeah. So
Very excited to get my neck
I'm gonna
cracked.
go ahead and finish off the episode wearing this guy.
Yeah. It's upside down, but that works. It's okay either way.
No.
Yeah, that's what AJ's been doing. You know, whenever you get rear-ended, it's not very fun for your neck.
Flash is not fun.
Yeah, in all seriousness though, everything was fine. Nobody got hurt at all in it.
Yeah.
And just the scope of things, like my
I'm
car
very
is
glad you're
okay.
safe.
Yeah.
My car's still in the shop.
I care about your well-being.
Thank you so much for that.
I'll fight all 5 of those cars for you.
You'll fight the
The
cars.
cars.
I'll fight
Not
the
the
cars.
people, the cars.
Bonus stage. Put
Yeah.
the people after the cars.
Jacob said he's glad that you're okay.
Thank you so much for that, Jacob. Appreciate that, man. Hopefully all's well with you, my friend. And we all just got to be safe out there. This is what it comes down to. Accidents
Please.
happen, and
Today too, it's St. Patty's Day. Please drive safe.
Yeah,
If you guys are
Oh,
going out
yeah.
there,
We'll
please
get-
drive
we'll get
extra
to that.
safe.
Yeah.
People are already drinking.
Careful tonight.
I know because I started at midnight. So please drive safe.
You're like, people are already drinking.
The sound of keys.
Yeah.
But yeah, so now
Don't drink and drive.
so now obviously
Please.
Irvin decides
Be
to go
smart about
ahead.
it.
Irvin makes a decision for Levi. Levi has to go ahead and deal with it. Levi now continues to go ahead and recall moments, recall certain quotes, important quotes, and kind of like, again, just solidifies the decision. And the moment that Irvin says, "Thank you, I needed that." Again, we see this Irvin of like,
Oh, his last word.
very foreshadowing of like, damn, that's his peacefulness and stuff, like I'm
Let me
ready,
Rest.
Yeah, like the fact that it's,
The last order I gave was given to Levi.
And it was,
And
let me
Levi-
die.
yeah, literally.
Well, I mean, technically, his last order he gave to Levi was Levi confirming that he's going to kill the Beast Titan.
Yeah.
And then he was like, "You confirmed it? Okay." That's all I cared about.
Okay.
My last qualm in this world is now done.
I mean, we don't know for sure if he heard that because that's when, Hanchi goes and opens his
decide.
eyelids and it's like, he's already dead.
Yeah,
And
he's
that's
already
when
dead.
Levi's,
Oh,
so I was talking to a corpse. That's embarrassing.
I'm sure Erwin heard from beyond the beyond, hanging out.
Oh,
with
yeah,
Noblet.
because we know that they're there watching. We know from what we've seen.
Always.
They're
can
watching.
you
watching.
imagine the reaction of like next they're just like I would imagine majority of them are like, bring back the commander, bring
I
him back,
know.
you gotta do it, you gotta bring him back. Well, it's like, you can have the fear, but like, I don't know, Armin's got the future. Can you imagine just
I
the
know.
guardian
Yeah,
angels
what's going on?
going through this back and forth?
They're
They're like,
all
you
dude,
gotta
arguing.
bring back so-and-so, you gotta
Imagine they get lost in conversation, then Erwin, so they're like, bring it back, and Erwin's like, hell no.
I know.
I'm here to stay. And they're
Erwin's
just like,
let's drink.
let's party.
Erwin's just there to be like,
We've got
finally,
about
I get to rest.
A season and a half until Hanji shows up. Let's get lit.
Okay, let me ask you, because we talked about Mobile being the first person to go ahead and welcome Hanji. Who was the first person to welcome Irvin?
His dad? I don't know.
I would hope it's his dad.
That's what I was thinking too. But we don't ever see his
I feel like it would be
so
someone from the
I know,
scouts.
never
we can only assume his dad's.
Yeah, it might
Who
be
besides Levi was he? Did he actually like?
I'm trying to think who was close to Irvin that died that we saw who died. I don't think we have
The
seen.
only one that I can think of is it would probably be like maybe his first squad, and then Moblet being because he's probably very close with Moblet
Put
since
that-
he's close
that
with
question
Hanji.
in the notes.
That's a good question. Hey, watch out for that Q&A.
Watch out! There's a Q&A.
Duck.
Watch out for that Q&A. Yeah, it's. I don't know. Mike? I don't know.
Maybe.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
I don't think Erwin has any love
know.
interest, to be honest.
Still smell the same.
I know.
Rhino with Historia's letter.
Oh, literally.
Smells like the queen.
Yeah, who knows? But maybe it was just Irvin waking up to an applause.
Yeah, just
It could be.
or a salute. Everyone, he just wakes up and everyone's just.
Yeah.
I don't even know if this is the right hand.
It's going to be the right hand, right?
Right hand over your heart.
Yeah, right hand over your heart.
Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance.
To the.
I just I saw something funny where it was like, how do you think foreign exchange students feel when they're like in grade school and they show up to class and they're like, everybody stand, put your right hand over your heart. Now pledge your allegiance to our United States.
Yeah, it seems very
It all depends on the age. I mean, obviously.
I'm just saying, like, imagine being like a 5-year-old.
Yeah,
And you're from
they're
like,
just-
Yeah, as a 5-year-old, you're like, duh.
Then they're just doing it. They're just looking around.
Okay.
you're like, why are we doing this?
But then as a
You're in
yeah,
high
if you
school.
like come into high school, then it's like
You transfer from Europe and you come
I always
over
thought
here.
that was weird though. I'm like, what? Why do we need to do this every day?
Pledge your allegiance to these United States now.
Yeah.
But whatever.
We're all slave to something.
But I do think that it was
I'm a slave to Dr.
God, I
Pepper.
had something I wanted to say.
Facts.
Come on.
I have a
let's see.
picture of me being a slave to Dr. Pepper. Do you want to see it?
Oh, about how I'm just gonna pretend Zach didn't say that.
It's Dr. Pepper.
About how we're talking about how Irvin. Oh, I saw that on Twitter.
I'm a slave.
About how
Dr. Pepper.
so we talked about how Irvin was like, okay, like yeah, let's not bring him back to this hell.
Yeah.
I thought that was a really cool reference to what Flock says when he first brings Irvin up,
The hell needs
climbing
the
up.
devil.
Yeah, that he's like, I thought about ending him right then and there. Then I realized, let's bring him back in this hell because he's a devil. Da 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 da. And I was like, I think that's a really cool reference to be like, well, when Levi said we almost brought him back in this hell.
Yeah.
So
In other words, again, Flock is wrong.
It's the
Yeah, in
beauty,
other
the
words,
beauty
yeah,
of
Flock's
perspective.
wrong.
It's the beauty of perspective. It's just you don't know someone's story. No matter how hard you want to, you don't know someone's story.
true.
I think
Facts.
hell is a very funny theme of this episode too. With
Yeah.
Hanji.
To that point too, I mean,
Well, it is
Flock
called
doesn't-
Midnight Sun.
Flock
true.
doesn't understand all those kind of like those moments that
intricacies,
Levi
yeah.
and Irvin had over in offices and stuff like that, even away from the other scouts before they went on that charge. He doesn't understand, really the dynamic and really where Irvin's true intentions were and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He understood that. Look, I'm going on this final charge and this is going to be it for me. He accepted it and stuff. And again, we see moments here from these quotes that were given that Irvin himself is at he's at the end here, whereas we see with everything with Armin, it's always wanting more, it's always hopefulness, it's always kind of exploring more, it's always kind of like it gives you this a sense of motivation, whereas not to say Irvin wouldn't go ahead and be motivated had been brought back, but it's difficult to say.
It would have been a lot more difficult for him, especially.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want him to hold any resentment towards Levi for pretty much just not giving him an out. Like it seems like he was finally over here at peace. Hanji was able to go and peel open those beautiful blue eyes.
Yeah.
I guess.
He'll open those eyelids.
I realized too. I'm trying to imagine how difficult it must have been for Levi being in Ackerman, because I feel like his Ackerman bond was definitely tied with.
Oh my gosh,
Irvin.
yeah, that's a whole nother
And
element I
that's
didn't even
like
think about.
that just clicked with me, and I was like, think about how much Mikasa struggled.
Yeah.
And I feel like she struggled probably so much more because she's just a more emotional human being.
And also, Levi is unfortunately very used to loss.
He's the king of death, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like,
And-
seeing the way he deals with it is impressive, but also so sad. Because, like, how can you be so numb to all this loss? Because you're like, it happens all the time.
And I feel like that's just the one that he genuinely struggled with. Because like even Hanji, he was just kind of like, okay.
It's like, yeah, go do your
She wasn't even at death's door.
Yeah.
And she was just like, I'm done. And he was
It was
like,
like, I'll distract them as much as I can.
yeah. And Levi was just like, okay,
Yeah.
do what you want to do. You're the commander.
Yeah.
But with Irwin, he was like, fuck you, bro. You come back.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like Irwin being like bad.
Didn't even want him to go on this expedition.
That was Irwin and Levi's "I've always hated you" moment. It was Irwin being like, "No,
Yeah.
bad Levi.
Yeah. Please don't bring me back.
Let me die."
Let me finally get a good night's sleep.
So the next thing we see now is Bertold finally waking up.
I know.
And then what does he see? He sees this pure Titan out there freaking
Big
clawing its
hand.
way over towards him, reaching out towards him, grabs a hold of him. Bertold screaming out for freaking bloody murder here. He's out there just trying to go ahead and get anybody's attention. He realizes he sees a group of people. Sure, not the people he wants to see, but it just is, Aaron and others out there just kind of like staring in awe.
He's trying to scream out for
And,
the people he wants to see.
The moment that
but-
these characters go out there and they witness this Titan getting ready to eat Bertold, at that point they know that that's Armin, right?
Yeah.
Because Irvin's already over on the rooftop with Levi,
Armin's got the
Hanji,
same
and
hair.
Flock.
It just looks like a giant, skinny, sickly Armin.
But the thing is, I want to talk about very quickly, because we've been going over approaching 2.5. But
Dang,
so
yeah.
I want to go ahead and talk about
Juice.
Long episode this time. Sorry, guys.
I want to talk about
I don't think they care.
We
The
just missed you
moments-
so much.
the moments of relief that these characters felt once Levi decided Armin. Like, we don't see it, right?
Yeah.
How relieved do they have to have felt in the moment?
Even just the relief that, like, the viewers felt watching it. Just being like, yes,
Yeah,
Armin.
of course. And maybe that's the answer. Maybe it's the same relief that we felt as anybody that was rooting for Armin. But again, we saw that, when it comes to Mikasa, when it comes to Aaron, they were really fighting for Armin. And I just kind of was thinking in my head, like, we don't get to see it, but the moment that Levi decides to go ahead and bring back Armin, what are their initial reactions? Is
Yeah,
it like,
'cause, yeah, we didn't get to see that.
is it Aaron's same reaction of like literally once he finds life in Armin's body where he literally is like, hell yeah,
Yeah.
and stuff? Is
Gets
it like
all pumped and
does he
excited
get
and,
excited and stuff?
Like, grateful.
I feel like until the moment where they actually interact with Armin and see Armin
Yeah, come out
back,
the Titan.
I feel like Levi says nothing. He just brings Irwin's body over, and Aaron's probably just like, "Thank you, Captain. Thank you."
Or they
And
would
that's
just be
it.
like completely silent and just
Yeah,
like
or it's dead silence.
Yeah,
that's
and they're
totally
just
viable.
internalizing everything and just seeing like, okay, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Okay, it's happening. Okay,
I could
He needs
definitely
to
foresee
eat. Now
like,
he needs to eat him. Now he needs to do this. And oh my god, he's back now. Oh my god, he has abs. Oh my god.
oh my god, he's hot.
Oh my god,
Crazy.
wait, he's ripped.
He's got a brain and a body. Crazy.
I know.
But
they're both twinning also with the Titan marks. They
I know. They got
have
the
that
twin
happen.
marks going on.
where have you been?
Nobody knows me like you do. No, you said an activation word. Sorry.
Yeah.
Very cool. And that's all we got for you guys in this episode.
Close it
Certain
out.
words just activate me and
But-
back.
Yeah, I feel like there's definitely a point where at least Aaron and Levi lock eyes. If there are no words exchanged, I see a lock of eyes and I see Aaron just being like,
Yeah. But
Like
we
a-
do see at the end as
Like-
they're
Anxiously waiting.
gathering around Armin, like Aaron is literally screaming out to Armin, So
Now
But
that
he's
he's
back. He's back and
But very reminiscent of Bertold getting eaten is very reminiscent of when they fed Moblet, when they fed Marco
yeah.
to
It's a great
Karma's
point.
a
That's a
bitch.
great example for sure.
yeah.
I mean,
it really is karma. It's full circle.
yeah. Even though like
Do unto
Bertold
others.
wasn't really the driving force behind that. It was pretty
Yeah.
much, it was all very much Rhina.
Yeah, it was very much right.
But I mean, hey, somebody's got to deal with the karma for sure.
Yeah. Sorry you were a part of it.
You have to realize I mean, Bertolt could have stepped in and been like, him or Annie could have been like, we don't need to do this. Mm-hmm. Who's he gonna fucking tell? Who's gonna fucking believe him?
Yeah. Just make him keep quiet. But no, Rhino was like, he needs to die.
Yeah.
And then obviously Annie was like, what? Okay, I guess regrettably, but she was like,
this
hey,
is your guys' mess. You guys clean it up. But then, again, Rhina had to go
take off
ahead
his ODM
manipulate
gear.
and be like, look, how do you want to prove to us right now that you're serious about this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, Rhina, I don't know. But that's a great example, though, for sure, that Marco was that person in that situation, and now it was Bertold, and Bertold is screaming out for anybody
Nobody
to save him. And
thing.
then the difference
helpless.
is that this Titan decided to go ahead and not just take half,
Yeah.
Like
I mean, at least he probably died immediately, though,
yeah,
because it did chomp on his head.
on his head, yeah.
So at least Armin was, a little nice that way.
Yeah.
Very Armin-esque to be like, okay, let's get this done quick.
So
I want as little blood splatter as possible.
I know. Can we make this as clean and nice?
Can I just swallow him whole?
I know.
So
No,
last
we
thing
saw what
here-
happened
Climbed
last
out
time.
like
Someone
Aaron.
got swallowed whole.
It's true.
The irony.
He came back.
Like,
I know.
he'll all die in a place like this. Still dies in a Titan mouth. Fucking
He
loser.
crawled out of that
beard,
man.
old beard boy could have
I know.
become something real special.
See, this is just a big lesson that you should chew your food.
Yeah.
It's just a big lesson to chew your food.
The last thing I really want to go ahead and cover, and then we can get to our closing, is just what Levi tells Flock. And as we touched on it, of course, with the whole, like Lexi mentioned about the examples of just
The parallels of what they say.
yeah, exactly, of just heaven and this devil, right? And or not heaven, of hell and this devil and stuff, and obviously Flock doesn't understand. Flock was very much fighting for Irvin to get brought back. I mean, hell, he literally went through the whole exhaustion of carrying this fool over on his back.
I
and
know.
just making him, accessible.
All these scrapes and
for
bruises
this.
for nothing.
Flock was doing it strictly for the fact of forcing Erwin to serve his due penance. When in reality, like AJ was saying earlier, and like he'll never know what really has happened to Erwin. And Erwin's paid his dues 10 fucking fold in
Yeah.
my eyes. But to Flock, he's just like, he's this devil that leads them.
Yeah, he told us all, or like, he doesn't see our worth, and we're as good as fodder to him, especially because his biggest impression of Irvin is that suicide charge.
Yeah.
I feel like,
So of course
like,
he's just gonna see him.
Oh,
as
he
the devil.
convinced his ass to go ahead and do it too. The
Yeah,
guy
I
who's
know.
most
he
afraid.
still did it.
Yeah.
He
No?
still did it.
He literally-
Yeah.
you
He literally
still
raised
did
his
it.
hand. He was like, "Look, if I
You're
don't
the-
go ahead and go through with this, like, what's gonna happen to me?
Like,
nothing.
nothing.
Go ahead, leave."
I guess you could.
Yeah,
You very well
like,
could do that.
He's the only one that really vocalized how defiant he was.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, then fucking leave.
Exactly.
You'll probably die anyways because there's a bunch of Titans around it unless you follow Levi. Good luck.
Yeah.
But also something we talked about earlier, I think it was the last time we streamed, was Flock really took it upon himself to understand that his mission, the reason why he survived, was to bring back the commander. He's like understanding why the rest of his comrades died. Why am I the only one alive? And he goes, well, it is my purpose to go ahead and bring back the commander. Like, he put that upon himself. He went ahead and that was his new mission, and he did that. And so he wanted to go ahead and kind of fulfill that. So that's why he was very much fighting for Irvin. And we're gonna see too. Next time we cover it, I believe it'll either be next week or it'll be the following week. But there's going to be some serious resentment that Flock has towards Armin and Aaron and Mikasa and anybody that was anti the commander.
Yeah.
Um,
Anyone that was for Armin.
Yeah, and then we'll see.
Anyone that was pro future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Flock is going to go
Future.
ahead, which is so strange because we understand that Flock has this whole kind of resentment towards Aaron. And what does Flock become? Aaron's #1 fan.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Suddenly he's his
The
biggest
ultimate fanboy.
Yeah.
President of the Jaeger Club.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But real quickly, I just want to talk about again when Levi's response to Flock, and he tells him, like, can you forgive him someday? He became a devil because he had to, and we were the ones who put him up to it. And in the end, he had finally been set free from this hell, and we were trying to bring him back. But it's time that we let him rest. Very powerful words from somebody who's dealt with so much loss. And, unfortunately, Levi's had to go ahead and have those conversations with family members. We've seen him do it with, his Levi squad and their deaths, and having to go ahead and talk to the family. It's never an easy thing to go ahead and have those conversations with anybody. We've seen, again, we've talked about just the leader dynamic and being in that leadership role and having to do the difficult things of telling, family members, telling, loved ones, telling
Going up and telling
people
them
who
their
cherish
child
them.
died. But it was not in vain. It wasn't in vain.
Never in vain.
Died for the progress of humanity.
And thankfully this time it was for progress of humanity, like
Yeah.
Lexi mentioned. Whereas in the past, with so much loss, all their
We
deaths
got
really
a
just
great
meant
weapon.
nothing.
We got the colossal titan,
Yeah, true.
and we, got some good knowledge.
And even though Zeke and he still has survived, the cart titan saved him, and now Rhina is also there.
Also, out and about.
He's somewhere out there frolicking.
They're going to go ahead and try to
story.
gather themselves over in Marley, but like Lexi mentioned, they got a very important ability.
We got a good buff.
They got a lot from that whole interaction. I was just like, they shouldn't have won. That's the thing. That's what I don't think. Specifically Flock, but I feel like all of them besides Aaron and Mikasa really realizes that they shouldn't have won in the first place.
Yeah.
Like none
Couldn't
of
have
them.
even have known that, if it wasn't for Armin, wouldn't have even have found them hiding in the walls and found.
They wouldn't have stopped. They wouldn't have stopped Bertolt.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much that when you really go ahead and think back, there's so much factors
Yeah.
involved and stuff. Like we talked about even with Hanji and stuff. Had Hanji not survived, who knows how everything would have played out
And
and
when
stuff.
you really go and
but
dissect it, they
but-
really should not have won. They should
shouldn't
not
have.
have come out with any
The-
kind of victory.
The entire odds were stacked against them, but one lone Beyblade, lone Beyblade just saves the day.
And a whole crowd of suicidal charge.
And a blonde mop top.
and God, Aaron.
Yeah. And Aaron.
Can't lose
Allowing it
God
so.
on your side.
Right.
But yeah, guys, that's all we got for you guys. Do we have any other final thoughts over on this?
Oh, dude, I'm
episode?
fried.
I'm going to give a more official shout out
Yeah.
to that great, amazing
To
DM
our new friend.
that we got. Yeah, to our new friend. Zay.
What's the username?
Username 1717 Swerve.
Right on.
So Zay DM'd us, I think this was on March 10th. So exactly a week ago.
Okay.
So exactly a week from today, we got a DM from Zay saying, I'm a huge fan. Got through the first 2 seasons and half of the third in about a month.
oh, down.
You're the only podcast I could stand listening for so long. And I love that you have long episodes. It makes work so much more enjoyable and go by so much faster.
Hell
I
yeah.
can't wait to catch up and watch you guys live.
Beautiful.
Which
Hell yeah.
All right,
was
Jay.
We can't wait
amazing.
to have you here with us.
I know. I'm so excited to see Zay there and chat with us, to be able to talk with them. And yeah, I immediately, of course, responded, liked it, and then screenshotted it, sent it to AJ. And AJ responded by saying, man, this is why we do what we do.
Exactly. This is the reason
is why we do it.
And it's so true. And the thing is, it's so cool for us to go ahead and have something like this that brings us all together, and it's
Yeah.
really important. And it's a lot of times we take moments like this for granted. We take things where it's like something becomes kind of a routine, and next thing you know, it doesn't become special because it's something that we do every single week. But
Yeah.
no, this is it's a very really important and special thing.
Yeah.
And I'm so thankful again for all of you guys who stick around
Really
with
bumped
us
up our
and watch
inspiration
us. And
motivation.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you so much.
You know.
Well, without you guys, I feel like this podcast, if you guys hadn't showed along, this podcast definitely wouldn't be where it is today.
Oh, for sure.
We probably wouldn't even have cameras if
Yeah.
it wasn't for you
we
guys,
might
to
have
be honest.
eventually fizzled out if,
the podcast probably would have ended.
Yeah.
If it was just the three of us going and talking about it and stuff, again, you guys motivate us to continue to go ahead and carry on. And, hey, we're all slave to something.
Yeah.
And
You
we're
guys
slave
are
to you
We're a
guys.
to our
slave
content.
to you. Attack
We're
on
a slave
Titan
to making you content.
is a
You're a
slave
slave
to
to
you.
watching our
I
content.
do want to
Yeah.
say is damn, 2 seasons and halfway through the third in a month is pretty damn
That is
impressive.
impressive.
So,
That's
Must
fucking
have some
crazy.
long hours there
yeah,
at
I
work.
can only imagine what you do for work. But Zay, we're so thankful for you and welcome again to the Attack the Talk family. And we're
And
so excited for you
welcome.
to join us live.
We're so
And we
excited.
cannot wait for it.
And
Your
thanks for
training
liking.
begins next week.
I know. And thanks for liking that they're long, because apparently that's a very, very common thing that we do here. Have very long episodes.
Yeah.
We just like to talk a lot.
Probably listens
We
to
got a lot
2 or
of
3
thoughts.
episodes a shift.
I know,
Honestly,
honestly.
That's crazy.
8-hour shifts,
Yeah.
2 to 3 a shift, would get it done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, even like with Jacob saying here that that's why I joined, because of all of you. Like that's the thing. Like I'm so thankful for this community because, it's a very loving and supportive community, and you guys are all so incredible. And, we feel the love. We feel it, through chat. We feel it through, the messages that you send us over on Instagram and stuff, the DMs and all that. And
we go through it every single episode.
It's the St. Potties in you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But literally, like, you guys know.
I was trying to hide my.
But when it comes to, how whenever we close these episodes, I want to make sure that you guys understand just the gratitude that we have for you guys and how just your support means the world to us. And again, we wouldn't be doing this without you guys. We would have stopped a long time ago. And,
for you guys.
It's you need that. You need to have that. You need to have, that kind of like that rock, and we just love you guys so much. And
you have an accent, apparently.
Yeah. You have an accent?
Yeah. Darn Titan.
You have an accent?
But yeah, I'm so excited for Zeta to join us
I know.
live. That'll be really fun, and we're gonna go ahead and welcome you with all the love and
Makes you feel all warm and fuzzy.
all that. And yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Just wanted to give an official shout out today.
Big shout out.
And to all of you.
Yes, thank you.
You guys are all incredible.
Yeah. So I'm gonna thank you guys probably another 3 more times before we get to a close.
Honestly.
So we're gonna continue on with this kind of the ending here of this podcast here, guys. But you guys know the drill. So we want to, of course, give you guys all the updates that we can, and make sure you guys go ahead and follow us over on Instagram to get those updates. As of now, again, we're gonna continue on with our church schedule of gathering on Sundays.
Yeah.
And if anything changes, we'll let you guys know over on the Instagram, but that is again at Attack to Talk Podcast. We stream live, and again, we're so thankful for you guys to go and join us live. And if you guys don't and you guys watch it at a different time, again, that is so it's so meaningful, and it's so we're just so appreciative because you guys are taking time out of your guys' just lives to just support us.
Yeah,
And
which is great.
it's incredible.
Why?
But also I understand wanting to go ahead and find some podcasts, find some stuff that you guys are interested in, and it does make work go by
It's that
much
Attack
better.
on Titan scratch.
Yeah, for
Or
sure.
Scratch that Attack on Titan itch. That's the saying.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
But yeah.
That scratch, baby.
Yeah.
So if you guys are watching at a later time, make sure you guys go ahead and look at the link tree available over in the bio. And so you go ahead and you'll click that bio. You'll see where the platforms that we are available on, and you guys can go ahead and watch
Our
us
link
over on
tree's got a
YouTube.
bunch of stuff, guys.
You can watch us over on Spotify, and you can listen to us over on Apple Podcasts. Pretty much wherever you guys get your podcasts.
Like Google Podcasts and.
But to my understanding, you can watch us on YouTube and watch us on Spotify.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Of course, shout out to Nate. Missed you over in Texas, but Nate is moving to, I think,
just another city of Texas.
a pretty nice house.
Yeah.
So
Super excited
shout
for
out to
him.
Nate for
Good for
everything he
him.
does for the podcast, and congratulations on the
Nate.
new home. And
Everyone say
wishing,
thanks to Nate.
Yeah, let's all thank Nate, and let's go support Nate.
You still owe me a fucking Coney from Sonic, loser.
There we go.
You still owe me a Coney. Don't think I'll forget
Love it.
that.
But we would not be where we're at without Nate. He is
Love that
our
dude.
Well, it's
technology
like
guru.
Zach mentioned about like how you guys your support and stuff, right? And by just sticking around and listening to us and watching us, and who knows if you guys weren't there, if you would even be doing this whole kind of like
You wouldn't get to see
live stream
AJ's
stuff.
beautiful beard without Nate.
Exactly, but
I know, you
So
guys
thank
wouldn't be a
Nate.
slave to AJ's facial hair.
we have all this equipment because of Nate. Nate is the one who recommended every single thing of it, and it's been very, very reliable.
Yeah.
So shout out
you,
to
baby
Nate.
bro.
Go ahead and support Nate at NatePlaysBad, and he also has that other channel already canceled.
I'm sleeping in your room, by the way.
There you go.
The cats have pooped everywhere.
There we go.
Oh, God.
But congratulations on the new home over in Texas, man.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Glad to see all the success.
All right. Just some little merch talk for anybody who's looking for any sort of anime merch or anything in general. Just with, we talked some MCU stuff. We talked about just a lot of different stuff about what you guys are binging. Who knows? They might have merch available over in this crazy little online store called Fandomion. Check it out, guys. It's over in the link tree. And if you guys find something that you like, Lexi has a cool little promo code you guys can use to get 10% off for you guys' purchase order. And that is promo code LEX, L-E-X.
And if you guys don't know how to spell it, Heisa typed it in right there. Code
There it is.
LEX.
Code LEX.
L-E-X. Gets
check it
you
out.
10% off on your entire cart, your
Yep.
entire purchase. So it
Exactly.
also helps me out.
That moves a decimal point.
Yeah,
It does.
it does. It does. Very
And then you
good.
subtract it.
Very good. Very good.
Love it.
Yeah, if you wanted to do the math. I mean, Fandomion does it for you, but if you wanted to do it,
Technology.
then you could. Oh, it's like you're your brother's Nate or something.
I
Crazy.
know, right?
Wow.
guys
He got
like-
all the tech genes. I ain't got none of that shit.
Yeah.
AJ seen me try to touch technology. Don't work well.
We're both trying to touch it like,
If I do this, Steve.
what does this do?
Turn it off and turn it back on.
Oh my god! And then we'll FaceTime Nate,
Try to open
and
the
Nate's
file.
like, oh no, don't do that. Do me a favor. Go ahead and click over. You see that top left icon? Click that note there, okay? And then go
Yeah,
ahead and scroll
click
down.
that.
It
He's
should
so
say,
overly polite about it. I love it. He's like,
scroll down,
oh, you
5
don't want to hit
paces
that
should
button.
be this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh,
He
okay.
makes it sound so like easy. He's like, oh
Dude,
no, you just
no.
click this and then go to this and then type this code.
It was
and then
what, like,
and you're good.
we were trying to remux shit. And he's like, oh, you'll hit this, you'll drop this tab down, you'll hit this, then it'll drop a tab down, then
And
you'll hit
what's
this,
funny-
and then you'll drop a tab down, then you'll hit this, and then you'll
Yeah.
hit save, and then you'll title it.
What's funny though
were
is
like,
that like if
What?
his first initial like method of helping us out doesn't work and be like, oh, sorry, yeah, that's not helping. He'll be like, okay, interesting. All right, so do me a favor, go ahead and go to this, and it's like he has like a plan B.
Yeah,
and
he
shit.
has like, oh well, let's try this now. Okay,
He's
let's
so
try this.
smart. He's so smart when it
Like
comes to
very well
technology.
versed in all of his.
He just likes to learn about it. He
Technology.
likes to learn it, bro. He's so
Yeah.
good at
He's
it.
got all these
Knowledge is
methods.
power.
I'm waiting for him to really start
You
diving
understand
into more
what
coding.
Nate is a
because then
slave
it's really
to?
game over.
Yeah.
Nate's a slave to tech, bro.
Yeah,
Nate's a
that's him.
slave to editing.
Yeah, great stuff, guys. Again, shout out to Nate. But yeah, so like, just
Nate.
go to the online
You're
store.
a loser, but I love you.
You never know. Anything that you're binging, all those incredible, awesome responses that we got from you guys, check out the store, see if they have anything available there. And if they don't, hey, you always have Attack on Titan merch. Just saying. Yeah. So in closing, guys, you guys know the drill. We love you guys so much. We appreciate the support. Spread that love and positivity out there in this crazy world that we live in. Pursue your dreams. And hey, if things are difficult and things are just so dang hard, that means you're on the right path.
Yeah.
That's what it is. You know, important things in life are going to be very difficult, and they're not going to be very, very easy. And but continue to fight for things that you love, people that you love, for things you want to pursue. That's just what it is. We talk about these scouts and how they're finding their kind of methods of motivation and stuff, and what they're fighting for. For us, just understand that anything that you want to go ahead and pursue in life, anybody that you care about in life, fight for them, and just fight for those dreams. That's what it is, guys. Yeah, we love you guys. Shout out to the Attack Talk Levi squad. You guys are the OGs, and you guys are incredible. You guys are the foundation here, and we have so many awesome friends that have joined since then, and we have a new friend in Zay, and we're excited for Zay to join us, as we all mentioned. But make sure you guys go ahead and continue to support us by doing those awesome Q&As. We got so many amazing responses in this episode. We loved the responses with what you guys are binging. I feel like that might have been the most responses that we've ever had.
I know. We
And
got a good amount of
That was
responses
killer.
there.
From some
You guys
new-
killed it.
From some new names.
Yeah, some new
And,
names
so it was
too.
really cool.
Hope to continue to see you guys.
So yeah, so continue
it was
again
a good
giving us-
universal question.
Yeah. Continue giving us your guys' feedback, and you guys know that we appreciate the feedback, and it's very much needed for this podcast, because you guys know how much we love seeing your guys' whole kind of responses and your point of views and everything. And we know that second question was a loaded question, but still, thank you for the ones who.
But thank you for those of you that were brave enough to take it on. It was a very loaded question.
But check out
You
those
passed the
Q&A.
test.
Check out those poll questions that we go ahead and we ask you guys over on the weekends. I believe Fridays
Yeah.
are Q&As and Saturdays are
lookout.
poll. I believe so. And then Sunday is church with us.
Yeah.
We gather, and I am your pastor, Nick.
Yeah, you Pastor Nick. Oh, God.
I pray that the government does not come after me.
Yeah, that's
And if
a whole
they
nother
do,
thing.
You guys know that I didn't give away any secrets or any
Yeah,
knowledge.
and I'll be the Hanji that
You can be the
tries to avenge
Hanji,
you.
and we got the mobile. As soon as somebody tries to go and touch you,
Yeah.
that could be the mobile.
I'm gonna shove you in that well. I got you.
I know.
Get in the well.
Get in the well.
Go to
And,
safety.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, we hate, we love, we love you guys, and we will see you guys back here with us live on Sunday. And as Zach had mentioned, please be
Yes.
safe.
Yeah.
On St. Patty's Day, and yeah, just make smart decisions.
Don't drink and drive.
There you go.
I don't care how cool the jingle of your keys sound. Don't drink and drive.
And even if you think that you can drive,
Uber's a lot cheaper than you paying for an accident. Just saying.
just Uber.
That's true.
Just Uber. And being in an accident isn't fun. Just
Or
say that.
just be friends with people that don't drink, and then you always have a DD.
Yeah, exactly. There we go. All right, guys. So that's all I got for you guys. I'll see you guys next week. I love you guys, and I'll let my two co-hosts go and say their goodbyes.
Oh fuck! I didn't prep anything.
I didn't either. Bye, guys. Much love to all of you. Have
I challenge you to do.
week.
I challenge you to do 10 push-ups right now.
Have good week. Love. Bye.
Do some push-ups. Peace, love, positivity.
Been going on for a while.
We love you guys.